The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Joint practices with the Bucs are upon us. 2 weeks of Jets camp is in the books. What has stood out and what do we need to see this week? Frankie V from the New York Post and U Stadium will join me. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
We sitting in here, we excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Jets, let's go! A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show presented by PrizePicks. Before we get going here, I just want to thank the audience, the Asmaniacs. We hit 50,000 subscribers right before we went live with this very show. We could not be here. I could not be here talking about the Jets year-round without you. We're the first Jets channel to hit this mark. Only the New York Jets YouTube channel, the official team channel, has more than us. There'll be several content creators and channels that will get to the 50K number soon, but we're the first to do it, and that's a testament to the Asmaniacs and your guys' support for making it all possible. If this team's ever good, we're all going to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers because that's how great the Jet fan base is. But just from the bottom of my heart, thanks to everyone who tunes in. I think what did it was my face for radio was somehow good enough to be on NBC last night. So that might have been the final push, or a lot of you came over from BT's channel or followed Rich Cimini's work with the Jets Collective podcast. But however you found the channel the last couple of months, especially with training camp kicking off now, thank you, thank you, thank you. And a reminder, we're live every day in the 10 a.m. hour and the 4 p.m. hour, Monday through Friday. That's twice a day. We give you a show in the offseason, either on a Saturday or Sunday, sometimes both days. And after every Jets game, our most viewed video every week is our post-game show immediately after the game, where we're live for about 3 hours, reacting, taking your calls. So again, thanks to everyone who tunes in and watches this show, whether you watch shorts, which have been very popular of late, the video segments where we try and isolate some quick 20-minute bite-sized segments from the long shows each day, or the live show day in and day out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Would not be here without your support day in, day out. With that, we say hello to a guy who had some issues this morning. His internet crashed. His audio interface crashed. But he was able to weather the storm and join us now. The leader of the Bailey Bros, Frankie V, joins us now. Frankie, I was concerned about you on Saturday when I saw a couple tweets about David Bailey going down with a lower leg injury, and until Aaron Glenn said he's fine, just an ankle, he's day to day, I can't even imagine what was going through your mind. Have you recovered? Are you okay?
Listen, that was a big shock to me. Almost as big of a shock as my audio interface crashing this morning and nothing working. The internet wasn't working, you know. But listen, man, I'm still an advocate for practices getting back to, I don't want to say what they used to be, but I think the amount of time that they're spending out there, I don't think is enough. And I think you're gonna be more prone to getting little tweaks here and there because you're just not constantly, you have to almost put more stress on your body sometimes for it to be able to handle those intense situations. I worry about Bailey because he's so freakish. He does pop. He does move at such like an elite level of speed and athleticism that I worry about him. I do. So that was like something that I'm like, damn it. Like we had to get something there. I wonder how he's going to look today and tomorrow, or tomorrow and Wednesday in these joint practices. But Yeah, man, I was worried. I won't lie, but it wasn't a big deal. He was jogging on the sideline, right, and he walked it off, as they say. But yeah, I worry with these practice schedules with players specifically like him.
Look, at the end of the day, he's already gone out there and he has looked the part of the number 2 pick. So if he's not out there tomorrow, if his ankle's a little sore and they want to be, precautious with him, I'm okay with that. I still would be surprised if David Bailey doesn't play in the actual game this upcoming Friday against the Bucks. Because if he's day to day, and we can make the Vin Scully joke, aren't we all? But if he's day to day, I would imagine then, all right, he should be ready to roll by Friday. But if there's any sort of doubt, while we all would love to see David Bailey out there, he's already shown you he's the real deal doing it against Armand Membu and Olu Fashioner. So be careful with Bailey, but overall, it feels like the Jets avoided anything serious. And you look around the league, Frankie, there's been a lot of big injuries to some notable star players. You see what happened with Laramie Tunsil, the star left tackle of the Commanders. He's done for possibly the season. You just go down the line. A lot of teams dealing with some big injuries here. So we'll see about Bailey. Seems like he's okay. I'm more concerned about T'Vondre Sweat and when we see him because he's a big dude. He's got to get in football shape with a soft tissue injury. You worry about that. And I'd love to see D'Angelo Pons because I think he's going to be their starting nickel, but he's got to get out there on the field first to solidify that job.
Yeah, man. Looks like injuries are starting to take a bit of a toll. You didn't bring up Kenyon Sadiq in that also. So, yeah, we're starting to see it. It's par for the course when it comes to just playing in the NFL. That's just how it is. But, yeah, man, it just sucks, especially with the young guys. And I put Sweat right in that. Sweat's this is 3rd year playing. So, I mean, you want those guys out there. You want those guys getting used to just playing next to certain players and in certain schemes. It will be fine. There's nothing catastrophic that has happened. Cross our fingers. But yeah, it stinks, man. It stinks. Again, Jake, I'll be honest. I've spoken to some people and I've raised my sentiments about it. I don't like these kind of practices. I really don't like it. I don't like you're stretching for 45 minutes, then you're doing walkthrough like stuff for 15, and then you're hitting some bags, and then all of a sudden you're doing these like intense team activities for 30 minutes, and then it's over. Like I feel like that puts you maybe in a position to be more prone to get injured because in that 30-40 minute period where you're going a million miles an hour trying to prove yourself or trying to make plays, that's where things happen. And as a matter of fact, that's where it happened with Bailey. So I'm just, listen, it's fine, but I think they need to rethink a little bit of how they treat these kind of practices. I'm not saying you have to go a million miles an hour all the time, but when you have those spurts of high level activity and everything else is low level, I don't know if that's good. I'm not a doctor. Maybe we get Doc Jet fan on or something to talk about it, but I'm just not a fan of it. I really, and I'm not blaming that on why Bailey got injured, etc. But it seems like everyone's getting injured, right? To some degree. I mean,
Yeah.
anyone that's healthy, it feels like it's.
Well, I mean, look, injuries happen. It's part of it. And you'll see the Jets, like they did the other day, have a lighter practice where, DeMario Davis and Minka Fitzpatrick weren't even participating, veteran rest day, whatever they want to call it. I think the big thing from a Jet perspective, though, is you want to get some of these young guys out there, especially on offense, with Geno Smith, because he needs to develop chemistry with Mason Taylor. He needs to develop chemistry with Omar Cooper Jr., even A.D. Mitchell. We've been hearing about how great that's looked in camp. I'd like to see these guys get some good work in this week against Tampa and play a couple drives Friday against the Bucks, because God forbid there is an injury. We're still far enough out where if it's a multi-week injury, they still should be ready for week 1. But I believe in playing football to get ready for the football season. And I'd like to see Geno Smith out there for a couple of drives Friday night against the Bucks, and he'll get a lot of work in this week in the joint practice. But I hope the Jets play most, if not all, of their starters who are healthy Friday night.
Yeah. And the one thing with Friday night too, Jake, I really want to see how this offense looks and what kind of play style and play calling Frank Reich's gonna put together, because we're talking about what pre-snap motion conversations. What does that look like? How do you get these guys open in space? So someone like Kenyon Sadiq is going to benefit tremendously when you talk about certain, schemes and certain play calls at certain times will benefit him tremendously in this league. So you'd love to see a year one, obviously. You want to see a week one, but I'm curious how Frank looks because, again, I'm going to be the guy or I'm going to be the person that's going to judge that OC based on not his merit, but based on his new age kind of system or based on his system and is it conducive to new age style of football? Meaning, are you getting guys the ball in space? That's what this NFL has come down to when it comes to playing offense. Why is Ben Johnson the best play caller? Or let's say him and Andy Reid. Why are those two the best play callers in football? They put their guys in positions on offense with space to get yak and make plays. That is it. You can say whatever you want. You can be tough. You can want to run between the tackles. You can want to do all this kind of stuff. It comes down to the NFL has a lot of athletic pieces on offense, Jake. Am I, as an offensive play caller, putting those guys in a position to get yak? And I want to see if Frank Reich's going to do that. And we'll know that in the next couple weeks, I think, where he's coming from. Now, I will say last year I thought Tanner looked pretty good. I mean, you remember I was a fan of his, especially early on. I liked his play calling. Maybe that quarterback just couldn't get it done, so maybe we could put blame there. But yeah, it's got to be done throughout preseason. It's also got to obviously show week one.
Hit the like button if you're just joining us. Today's raffle prize is a big one. We're celebrating 50,000 subscribers on the channel. I think a big reason we got there is because of our Gangrene Beach Club event featuring this guy, Wayne Corbett. Ladies and gentlemen, a signed Wayne Corbett jersey is the prize today on the show. Enter by gifting a channel membership or sending in a super chat that qualifies, like this one from Nate, who says, Frankie being relaxed and reasonable scares me, Jake. Make it stop. Nate ESQ in the raffle for 2. I think your points are spot on, though, right? I mean, you compare how the Jets have handled practice to the Giants. The Giants have gone with the old school intense, pads on, guys hitting, a lot of situations where they're doing 11-on-11s. I've heard from reporters it's very detail-oriented, and every day there's not a single scenario where they're not covering across their camp. And for the Jets, it's been a lot different, and we'll find out what works. It's not like the Jets have been able to avoid injuries. It feels like all their rookies, for the most part, besides Omar Cooper Jr. and Cade Klubnik, are dealing with something. Even like VJ Payne is dealing with something. So
I liked him, by the way, out of the draft. He was an under the radar,
I mean,
drafted. Good special teams guy for sure.
We'll see how it plays out, Frankie. But I think ultimately, the one thing that you brought up that I want to talk more about is Frank Reich in this offense, because, I think there are some Jet fans who have heard some of the reports at a camp. Oh, Geno Smith had a great day. And then it's like, well, the defense is terrible. And then there's some Jet fans who hear the reports at a camp. Well, Geno really struggled today. And then it's like, oh, the offense is terrible. And I hear that and I just go, well, that's training camp. Like, you're supposed to have some days where one unit wins over the other. That's supposed to happen. In the past, outside of the Aaron Rodgers years, it was always the defense was winning and the offense was struggling. And we try and come up with reasons or excuses as to why. The bottom line is Fields was struggling a lot last year. Geno's been way better than that. And they have real pieces on offense. I talked about this with John Chandler on Sports Final last night. If you remove Jets from the offensive players that are on this team, look at the names and then look at the talent. Like, they have a good offensive line with a stud right tackle and a very good, we believe, left tackle. Really good guard. Brees speaks for himself. Garrett Wilson, Omar Cooper, A.D. Mitchell, Mason Taylor, Kenyon Sadiq. You should be able to have a competent offense, assuming Geno Smith is healthy, and he's been durable in his career. So I have no reason to think he's just going to get hurt now.
Listen, I'll say this. This might be the most positive thing I've ever said on this channel. I think the Jets, talent-wise, are flirting outside of quarterback, which is sort of like an oxymoron, because it's like, oh, you have the best restaurant in the world outside of your head chef. But let's just say that outside of quarterback, they have a top 10 talented roster on offense, in my opinion. Top 10. You take Brees, Garrett, Mason Taylor, Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper Jr., A.D. Mitchell, the 2 bookend tackles, the guard play with Tippmann. I think they have a top 10 talented roster on offense. Quarterback aside, now, again, not having the right quarterback could bring you in, at a bottom 10 or bottom 5 level. But Jake, you're right though. There's no reason, even with Geno Smith playing quarterback, there is no reason that Frank Reich or this offense shouldn't make big plays throughout the season. And I'm talking throughout week 1 also. We should have 2 or 3 plays a game where Brees is making something happen, Garrett's making something happen, one of the tight ends or the slot receivers making something happen. They'll have enough time. The last year, Jake, you saw every play last year. So did I, right? People have watched every Jet game, every play. Do you remember a game where you're like, this offensive line can't hold up for anything? Can't stop a nosebleed? No, I don't remember one game. I even listen to sometimes post games. I'll listen to some of your post games from last year because they were great. I'll listen to our post games with Ryan. Not one time do I remember us complaining about the offensive line not being able to pass protect. I think one game we may have brought up Olu a few times, struggling early on. Maybe it was against Tampa, actually. But Jake, this offensive line is good enough with these weapons.
It should be better this year, too, because you have a traditional drop back quarterback and you have year 2 of an ascending talent in Membu. I think Armand Membu might be their best player on the roster right now. I think you could argue that by the end of the year, it might not be an argument. I think he could be an all-pro this year. That's how bullish I am from everything I've heard about Armand Membu. So I don't think you're wrong in saying that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was looking into a little bit of what Frank Reich's passing schemes look like and what he likes to do. He has an emphasis on short and intermediate passing. That's his emphasis. He likes to run crossing routes, likes to run dig concepts, dagger mesh routes. I mean, I feel like these receivers are perfect for that. When you're talking about receivers that could play a little inside and out, underneath kind of guys also. Garrett and Omar Cooper Jr., maybe not as much AD, but those guys, and you have 2 tight ends that do those kind of things. There should be some big plays happening, and I think there will be. The question becomes, what does the game look like? What's the score at that time? How's the defense looking? Because if you're down by a few scores or you're down by 3 scores, it's tough to justify short to intermediate throws consistently. And then, he has a heavy reliance on inside zone concepts and man schemes on the offensive line. It's kind of tough to catch up when you're down. So we'll see. But I do think we'll know, Jake. I think we'll know sooner rather than later. And I wonder if Frank Reich is going in and doing some more homework as to things that he can do and not just relying on what he has done.
I think that's well said. Frankie V is our guest. We're talking all things Jets. Want to get to your calls as well, so load those up on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Colin Wolford, who won a prize in our raffle the other day. Colin is trying again. He's in the Asmaniac raffle for 1. Let's go, Woody.
Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
Colin, good luck. Big fella says, great job on Sports Final last night. Didn't know they were going to ask you about the Giants, too. Nice work. Yeah, it was a little Jet Giant training camp discussion spot. So thanks again to John Chandler and everyone at NBC for having me. It's so cool going in there, man, because you literally go to 30 Rock where SNL is and Fallon and Seth Meyers, and it's a cool studio they have there. So I've been watching Sports Final for years because Bruce Beck's an Ithaca College alum, so I've known Bruce for a long time. Was the normal host of that show. John was in for Bruce last night, so always a lot of fun. And they put a face for radio on television. How about that?
You look great right there. You look great. If
I appreciate it.
I had to give you a ranking. Listen, we're going into we might be going into the 9s right there, Jake. I'm saying, dude, you're hitting it right there, dude. Look at that. I mean, the beard's perfect. You got the good lineup. The hair's looking fine.
I got a haircut Friday, Frankie.
Got the good posture,
I didn't know I was doing it till Saturday. I was on my way back from the Yankee game, and John hit me up and said, "Hey, are you available for this tomorrow?" So I didn't even find out. I just happened to get a haircut Friday, thankfully. So I looked the part. Not bad.
That's when God hooks you up, we say. He helped you out.
Ozzy in the raffle for 1. Thank you, Ozzy. We finally won in our weekly raffle yesterday. Ozzy winning a Jets jersey. Ozzy, shout out to you. Doc Jet fan checks in. He says the way a boxer learns to take body blows is taking body blows. The way to get in shape for baseball is to play baseball. Why would football be different? I agree. And if you notice, the Jets last year, remember it was such a big thing. They did full-on tackling in camp.
Yes.
Several days. They haven't done that this year. Yeah, they're listening to their sports science, sports analytics department telling them this is the best way to get ready for a year with some high intensity practices and then rests and then low intensity, and you build back up. We'll see if it works, man. At the end of the day, the Jets last year were ready to play week one. I could criticize Aaron Glenn for a lot of things. It's not like they got blown out week one or they were ill prepared. They just couldn't finish, and they shouldn't have had Xavier Gibson on the roster, and Brandon Stevens should have caught a pick six against Rodgers that changes that whole game. But they were ready to play. It's what happened after that. It's mentally, if they lose to the Titans, are they going to crumble, or are they going to be able to bounce back, get a win at home against the Packers, and save the season before it spirals? Like, that's the type of stuff I need to see. And I don't know if the training camp schedule is going to have a positive or a negative impact on that. We'll find out with the results.
Yeah, I wonder too with Aaron Glenn, Jake. I think after the season he had last year, I think he came into this year, or he came into the offseason and said, I need to scrap everything that I thought I knew and start over. He got rid of basically 60% of his coaching staff. The schedule and how they're practicing, like you just brought up, seems to be the exact opposite of last year. Maybe he's like, what I thought I was doing last year didn't work. Now, sometimes things just don't work because it just doesn't work that year. It might take some time. Not everything just works right away, but he might just be wanting to do things completely different. So we'll see. Listen, I don't think it matters all that much, honestly. And injuries are sometimes random. You can get hurt, jogging, in practice. So, I mean, it's not something you could pinpoint, but I do wish they came in this year with the mentality of, we're going to practice harder than everyone, and we're going to have a competition at every single spot because of the year we had the year before. Now, if they want to go into a more conventional sort of thought process and the way things are being done now, I get it. I mean, I'm no one to sit here and say, oh, you're doing it wrong. It should be more of an old school way. Who the hell am I to say that? But I don't know. I just, we'll see. I mean, the product will tell itself. It'll tell on itself, right? So we'll know. So
I just think mentally they need to be stronger, because
totally that's the number one point.
They started 0-7 because I think when they lost week one, they treated it like, wow, moral victory, woohoo! And then they got their absolute doors blown off and exposed by an elite coaching staff in Buffalo. They're down 35-3 in the fourth quarter. Everything they did week one, the Bills had answers for, and the Jets couldn't adjust back because they had clowns coaching them on both sides of the ball last year. You hope this year it's different, because if they don't win week one, for those of you saying it's not a must win, well, week two is basically a must win. You're starting 0-2, and then you're going to go play on the road in Chicago and Detroit. So you better get your act together quick, and that's why getting off to a good start this season is vital for their chances this year. Comments, questions, your super chats will cut the line. John J. Williams in the Asmaniac raffle for 2 entries. Let's go.
Let's go.
Shout out to Football Guy, who says, Jake, love the show. Congrats on 50K. Football Guy recently discovered the show. Welcome aboard, Football Guy. Really appreciate your kind words. All right, Frankie, let's get you going here, because you reached out and you told me you didn't like something that Aaron Glenn said over the weekend. So I'm just going to play it so the audience can hear this specific answer in a press conference, and then you could explain why you didn't love this from Coach Aaron Glenn.
You mentioned Isaiah, Aaron, and you have like a
You
guy
got to
that
ask the same question.
Yes. you guys invested a lot of money in Garrett. We know what he can do. You invested a high draft pick in Coop, and then you traded for AD.
Yeah.
What does it say when you have someone like Isaiah who seems to just be like clawing to say, no, I'm getting my own reps with the starters too?
Yeah, well, players like that demand respect. They demand reps. And that's what you want. And you want that in every player. And it's no surprise to anybody, coaches, players, that, he operates the way that he operates. I think that what makes him such a special player is because, I guess from the outside in, everybody looks at him as a special team player. But, man, there's room for him on our offense. And there's a number of things he can do for our offense. So, even though I love the kick return and punt return ability, man, there's some things he can do on our offense that, listen, we're going to have to give him the ball some way. We're going to figure out a way to make sure he's involved, because he's an explosive player.
What didn't you like about Aaron Glenn talking about the versatility of the Jets team MVP from last season, Isaiah Williams?
Listen, if you were to just take the word Isaiah Williams out of there and you substituted, I don't know, Barry Sanders or somebody, or Terrell Owens or Randy Moss, yes, that would make sense, right? Like that would justify that convo. No, man, I'm like Isaiah. He's talking about Isaiah. Isaiah Williams hasn't caught an NFL touchdown. I mean, Isaiah Williams doesn't have over 200 yards receiving for his career in the NFL. I get it. I understand that you like the guy's athleticism, but you're talking about a kick returner. I mean, like, if we're thinking Isaiah Williams is going to be the kind of player that's going to separate us from being a bad team to an average team, I mean, Jake, he's talking about Isaiah Williams as a wide receiver.
He's making plays every camp practice.
I mean, please. I mean, listen, they could have said the same thing about Devin Hester, right? Devin Hester, they tried to put him at receiver. It's very rare that a kick returner becomes a receiver, and a good one at it. It's just, I don't know. These comments will burn him because we're going to be into week 10 or before the bye, whenever that is, by week 13. And Isaiah Williams is going to have, 100 yards receiving for the season and maybe a touchdown. Like, you say stuff like that, it's going to burn you. The chances of a kick returner becoming with a pretty good wide receiver room, where's he going to get reps?
What if Isaiah Williams is Wayne Corbett?
Isaiah Williams is Wayne. Has Isaiah Williams ever been Wayne Corbett?
I'm just saying.
Was Isaiah Williams Wayne Corbett at his high school? I mean, like, come on, man. You really think Isaiah? Do you really think
I'm just
Isaiah
saying,
Williams? Yeah.
No, I don't think he's going to be Wayne Corbett. But my point to you is, like, Wayne Corbett was an unsung guy that worked his way up and just kept making plays when everyone said, "Who is this 5'10" slot receiver that's from Hofstra?" There's no way. Like, Isaiah Williams made plays last year when he was out there offensively. He didn't embarrass them. He was actually solid. So I didn't mind the comments like you. Now, is he going a little overboard? You want to argue that? Sure, but I don't have a problem with Glenn talking up a guy who had a great practice that day. He's made some nice plays for them this summer. He's caught a lot of contested stuff with both the first and the second team. And, Isaiah Williams was great on special teams last year after he got cut after the Dolphins game. He certainly changed the entire narrative surrounding him as a player. So I didn't mind it. I didn't care. I don't want him getting reps over A.D. Mitchell or Omar Cooper Jr., though.
Well, that's where it's coming in. Like, if he's telling himself or he thinks that Isaiah Williams deserves reps, I mean, you're taking reps from other players, too. I like that point you just brought up. Unsung guys like Wayne Corbett. I just thought of Julian Edelman, too, another player that was a special teamer kind of guy that worked his way up. Listen, it's few and far between. I'm fine with them liking Isaiah Williams and allowing him, on the playing field, but they have a lot of mouths to feed on that offense, man. They have a ton. So you're going to give him reps over A.D. Mitchell or Mason Taylor, those kind of looks? I don't know. But I just thought it was more funny to me. Like, you would think he was talking about like Garrett Wilson or something. He's talking about Isaiah. Listen, I'll say this, right?
He demands respect and reps.
I mean, he was their team MVP last year, wasn't he?
He was
cut. Yeah, so it's maybe they like him, but I'm just saying, like, let's be a little realistic here. I just think these expectations from training camp, we saw it last year with the Breece Hall's gonna catch a ton of balls and be number one in the league in receiving for running backs. That didn't happen, right? Like, these are kind of storylines that get cute in training camp, and then when the reality sets in halfway through the season, you're like, we went back to the norm. And the norm is Isaiah Williams is a kick returner. That's the norm. And he's a damn good one. So it's good. I like
there's
Isaiah
injuries
Williams.
that always happen, and this guy could come in and be a decent depth receiver piece.
You think so?
I don't think he's a bad football player.
I don't think he's a bad football player either. But as a receiver,
he was not bad last year when he got opportunities as a receiver. They were few and far between because the quarterback play was abysmal. But Isaiah Williams made plays. Go back and watch the Bengals game. He had a couple of really nice plays as a receiver in that one.
Yeah, the thing with him, I do think, I'll say this, right? I think if you scheme him up, like I was talking about before, and get him the ball in space, I don't think he's going to drop it, and I think he could get yak. I mean, we see him in the open field. He's explosive. I wonder everything else, though, as a receiver. Does he know how to run a route? Does he know how to feel out coverage? Does he understand what the corner and safety are doing? Are you running tight routes? Are you deceptive?
He's their fourth receiver right
there's
now.
There's a lot more to being a receiver than I'm just athletic.
Is he better than Arian Smith? Yes or no?
Right now, as a receiver,
yeah.
I don't know.
He is. He definitely is better than Arian Smith.
Arian Smith is a receiver, though.
He can't catch.
I understand that he has issues catching, but Jake, Arian Smith was drafted as a receiver.
That's like being that's like being a trombone player, not having and not knowing how to play the trombone. You can't be a receiver if you can't catch.
I don't disagree with you, Jake, but when you're talking about just playing receiver, I'm not talking about who I'd rather have on the team, because obviously right now I'd rather have Isaiah Williams than Arian Smith, definitely, because Isaiah Williams is returning. But when you're talking just playing receiver, I don't know, man. It's kind of comparable.
Isaiah Williams is a better receiver than Arian Smith.
I don't know about that. That's a good question. I
Arian
don't know.
Smith can't play.
Isaiah Williams has no proof in the pudding being a receiver, though, either. A receiver. When
the proof was last year in some games he made plays, and this summer he's been better than Arian Smith. You don't think the Jets would want to pump up Arian Smith, one of their own? They used a 4th-round pick on and got ripped for it in real time. If Arian Smith could play, he'd be playing over Isaiah Williams.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a good question. I don't feel strongly one way or the other. I just,
if Arian Smith
you're
could
talking
play,
about a real wide receiver, and you're talking about
elite speed. He's got elite speed. If they could find a role for Arian Smith, they'd love that. They can't find a role for him because he can't play.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, if you're a guy that takes the top off, but you're dropping everything,
and you don't have a route tree, what good are you?
I wonder what Isaiah Williams' route tree looks like, though, himself. Like, is he able to do things? Or is he just like, let's get him a wide receiver screen or like a little underneath route? That's, those are simple kind of concepts, I guess. So, I don't know. You're right, though. Arian Smith probably can't do those things. You can't throw a screen at Arian Smith, nor is he going to be able to do underneath stuff. So, maybe, listen, maybe you're right. I don't know. But we're comparing, like, these are like bottom tier wide receiver options on this team. You're talking guys that like aren't, average wide receivers, Jake. It's like one guy's like a 60 out of 100. The other one's like a 58. Like,
he's the 4th receiver on a team that's going to feature 2 tight ends catching passes. Like, I think you're putting way too much emphasis in like Isaiah Williams. Like, he's only playing a role if there's guys that are hurt.
He's a special player and he deserves
he was their MVP last year, voted on by the team.
You know what?
Maybe Brad Smith? I don't think that's crazy.
I loved Brad Smith.
I think he's a version of Brad Smith.
That's fair. I mean, listen, let's see. One more year.
Put some respect on this guy, man. Look at this. Look at this catch. It's burning. Malachi Moore there. Come on. What do you need to see?
That's my number 2, 18.
Look at that.
All right. I mean, listen, let's, I don't want to rip on a kid that is, making plays all the time and is overachieving.
You would have hated Wayne Corbett.
No, I wouldn't have.
You would have said,
I did like
I don't
Keyshawn
see it with this
Johnson.
Hofstra guy. He's a nice training camp story.
I did like Keyshawn a lot more. I'll say that.
Doc Jet fan.
I was a big Keyshawn Johnson Jets fan forever. And when he left, I wanted to cry, but it's okay.
Doc, thank you. 5 gifted memberships, our first of the new week. I haven't even announced, by the way, the raffle prizes for the upcoming week on the show. We're targeting Sunday again for the Asmaniac weekly raffle. StreamYard's not letting me upload properly all the prizes, but I can share at least one of them with you guys. Our top prize this week is a Nick Mangold signed helmet. So you're in for that. I also could tell you what the other prizes are. I just can't show you the visual images of them until this afternoon when StreamYard hopefully fixes it. But this is raffle 84. And again, our top prize is the Nick Mangold signed helmet. Prize 2 is a Curtis Martin signed helmet. And prize 3 is a Garrett Wilson signed helmet. So those are the 3 prizes in the weekly raffle. Let's go, Doc.
Everybody hungry? We got some really great food here today. We got bracket it up, pasta fazool, homemade chili. And this is what the Jets do today. The Jets today definitely win.
Yeah, baby. Jets Bucks.
I have a stat for you, by the way. I just looked this up. So with this Julian Edelman comp, Isaiah Williams was also a quarterback in college before he transitioned to receiver, and I like that. So that's
was Brad
cool.
Smith.
Yeah, so was Brad Smith. Yeah, there we go. Nice. See, all right, we're connecting some dots here. Maybe you're getting me a little bit. All right. I'm starting to feel the Isaiah Williams. Listen, there'll be nobody cheering harder for Isaiah Williams to be successful than I am. I love those kind of stories. So I hate ripping on the kid, but when when I see fans online getting excited, like this guy's going to come in and have, 800 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns, like it doesn't work like that.
I don't know who those people are.
There's a bunch of people with the catches. Look at like
we
the
keep
one
it
where they
real
tip
on this
ball.
show here.
I know we do. I know. I'm going a little overboard, but there are people online that like really think this guy's gonna have like some breakout season. We have 3 other receivers we're trying to have, to have a breakout season, and 2 tight ends, mind you. So I'm just saying.
Mike says Williams could play receiver, had 82 catches in each of the last 2 seasons at Illinois, including over 1,000 yards as a senior. He said, Look, you don't get to the NFL if you don't have a ton of success in college, unless you're Tim Boyle, who somehow continues to get jobs as a backup in the NFL, which is just astounding. Thomas Sandler with a super chat says, remember when everyone said Sabo took Frankie to the cleaners on Reese versus Bailey debate, and now Bailey looks good? We need to force 3rd and longs. Well, to be fair, Reese also looks great at Giant Camp, but he's playing inside linebacker for them. Look, we're not going to know. At the end of the day, I said this on TV last night on NBC. They both could be awesome football players, which is probably going to happen, which is why I was never that upset with Bailey from the beginning. My only fear was if you're drafting David Bailey because he's going to help save Aaron Glenn's job, that's stupid. Take the best football player over the next 5 years. That's how you got to look at it. But I was never anti-Bailey. I just moderated those debates, and I understood Robbie's standpoint and blow it, and I understand where Frankie was coming from too. Like David Bailey was the best pass rusher in college football, like bar none. So I was always a fan. I liked Ruben Bain too. I just wasn't going to take him with the arm length stuff. So I was on board. My whole thing was do not draft a player for Aaron Glenn for a year. That's stupid. Yeah. That was my issue with the Bailey discourse. But if you go back and check all the tapes, I was never anti-Bailey. I leaned Arvell Reese, but I certainly am not upset with Bailey, and I'm thrilled that he's awesome. I already have his jersey, so I'm rooting for him.
So do I. It's on my chair.
Damn right.
It's on the chair.
You sleep with that thing on every night, I hear.
I'll say this, where I disagreed emphatically with Robbie and Joe, and I still do probably, when they were saying that Bailey is a liability in the run game to the point that you can't draft that guy 2nd overall, I couldn't have disagreed more. They agreed with me for the most part as to the quality or potential of him as a pass rusher. Maybe I thought more, but they weren't against the thought of him as a pass rusher, assuming he was average against the run. They thought he was so bad or going to be so bad against the run that you shouldn't take a player like that 2nd overall. And I couldn't have disagreed more for 2 reasons. One, I don't think Bailey's that bad against the run. I actually think he's pretty average and could be good against the run, which Kaz, if you listen to Gangs All Here, our last show last week, yeah, he said Bailey surprisingly looks really good against the run. Now, there's been a few plays I've seen like Nick Faria bring up like that, Brees has an outside run of Bailey's side, and those tweets kind of are whatever to me because like they're playing like they're not tackling. So like, you're not hitting anybody, but whatever. The other thing is with Bailey, he is an edge rusher. You don't draft an edge 2nd overall because you want to get help stopping the run. You draft the guy 2nd overall to get to the quarterback most of the time. We didn't have these conversations about Julius Peppers, Chris Long, Von Miller, Myles Garrett. They weren't talking about how much of a liability he was against the run. They were against the run. You're talking about Aiden Hutchinson, Nick Bosa. You're talking about getting to the quarterback. Yeah, I agree. If you can't stop the run at all, that's not good. I'm not stupid there, but Texas Tech last year had the #1 rush defense in college. Was Bailey that much of a liability? They gave 67 yards a game on the ground. So, not to rehash this point, but I just thought they were wrong with that assessment that he's that. I don't think was Will McDonald, which that's why Will McDonald wasn't drafted even higher than 16th. I mean, Will McDonald, believe it or not, was shooting up boards late that year, but they were worried about him against the run in his frame. David Bailey's a different kind of athlete. We're not going to sit here on Mondays or Sunday post games saying David Bailey got gashed against the run and cost us football games. But you will be saying that strip sack that he had on 3rd and long, or that sack, helped us beat the, Josh Allen led Bills or the Joe Burrow-led Bengals. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I care about, or the Jets obviously do, to take a guy like that second overall.
Well, here's the thing. The one David Bailey narrative that I thought was dumb is the same people that argued you could take Arvell Reese, even though you have to teach him how to be a full-time edge because you have Carl Dunbar, who's a great defensive line coach. Those same people can't knock Bailey and say he can never get better against the run.
Totally.
When if you look at Carl Dunbar's history, and I had Leger Douzable on this show who played for Dunbar with the Jets back in the day, and Leger said Dunbar was the coach that made him the best against the run in his career, more than making him a better pass rusher as an interior defensive lineman. So if your argument is, well, draft Reese because he's going to get good coaching from Carl Dunbar, you then can't say, well, Bailey can't get good coaching on how to be good against the run from Dunbar as well. So that was my big thing. It's like, I just wanted the best player. And if they seemingly got it right with Bailey, great, because we need him to be awesome to raise the floor and ceiling for the Jet defense, because I believe their floor is improved when you bring in DeMario and Minka and Onyemata. Like, I think the defense is better, and Glenn is a better DC than Wilkes, but I don't think they have stars or superstars. Bailey could be a star and a superstar. That's the thing. That's the difference.
Yeah, and Douzable, I remember that when he was on your show over the summer, right? Like,
no, before the draft.
Oh, before the draft.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was like in May, or was that in March?
It was like in April, right before the draft. I had him on because he was a big draft Bailey guy. So I wanted to hear from him.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and the one thing he said that I've been saying also, somebody just commented. I just peeped at one of the comments. You know, Will McDonald was a 230-pound project edge. I mean, Bailey to me is not even close to being a project edge. Project edge meaning you have one deficiency big time, and usually when you use project with edge, you're basically saying the guy has the stature of a tight end and you're putting him at edge and trying to see if he can be strong enough in the trenches to stop the run, or at least, you know, have quality, you know, gap control assignments. That I didn't think was a problem with Bailey. I do think he was undisciplined at times and a little rogue in his play style. I think he likes to go a little wild and go a little outside a little bit too much sometimes. So Robbie, when he was bringing that stuff up, I kind of did agree with him. But like to what you were saying, that's not something that is not coachable. It's not a body type or a strength deficiency. Bailey's really strong and he's stout. He's a big dude. He's not Will McDonald or he's not Aaron Mabin that you're worried about this guy getting washed out because he can't handle it. No, he can. He just has to get coached up right. So, yeah, Leger was 100%. I remember that show. Yeah, that was a while ago, actually, now that I'm thinking about. But, yeah, I couldn't have agreed more.
This is a great stat that Rich Cimini uncovered in an article he wrote about Bailey on ESPN.com. So, history's on the Jet side with David Bailey, which is good, because 14 edge rushers were drafted in the top 10 from 2016 to 2015. 4 of the 14 won Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was Joey Bosa and Nick Bosa, Chase Young, and Will Anderson Jr. 9 of the 14 recorded at least 7 sacks as rookies. Most of the 14 have gone on to productive NFL careers. Only 2 of the 14 have not panned out altogether. That's Cleveland Farrell and Tyree Wilson. They were both drafted by the Raiders, who are a mess. So, look, history should be on Bailey's side that at the bare minimum, he's going to be a highly productive pass rusher, if not in the conversation for Rookie of the Year, which, based on the early returns of being able to be effective against Armand Membu and Olu Fashanu, I think he's going to play himself into the conversation, assuming he's healthy.
Yeah. The one concern for Bailey this year, I think, is a secondary. I'm struggling. I was talking to Will about this, Will Pa, the other night. I struggle thinking about that secondary just holding up long enough, because I'm telling you, if Bailey and McDonald had a secondary that is athletic enough to hold up with these, you know, elongated route concepts, they'd get these coverage sacks, Jake. They're relentless, both those guys, at continuing that motor to get to the quarterback. You'll get 2 or 3 extra sacks, maybe in a season, because of that kind of style. I hope this secondary can hold up enough to allow those guys to finish, to get home. I mean, that's a big part of it too. When you're talking about, are you getting a 7, 7.5, 9.5? I think that I think will be the difference. That secondary will be the difference between Bailey getting 10.5 sacks and getting 7.5. Is that secondary Swiss cheese that
Right.
they're not going to hold up anyone. And to be honest, if you look at them right now on paper, they're not the best group in the NFL, by any stretch. They're not even close. So that's a group that's going to struggle. And why I'm saying that is, Minkah Fitzpatrick, they're talking about him playing more in the box. What does that tell you? If you're playing in the box, you're not playing back anymore, meaning you're not able to backpedal and run like you used to. But he's still got the mind, and I like Minkah, so I'm not ripping him. I'm just saying, when they're saying a safety's playing more in the box, that means they're starting to become a liability back there athletically. So put him up and let him do his stuff up front. Now you have A.Z. Thomas. A.Z. Thomas was a 4.5 40 guy. They were talking about him playing safety because 4.55 with corners doesn't really work all that well. But I like AZ, strong kid, smart kid, high recruit out of high school too. He's getting offers by everyone, Alabama, LSU. So AZ's gonna be fine. But I wonder again, back half, Brandon Stevens, we know, Nashawn Wright, someone interesting. I mean. So that's the one thing. Malachi Moore is not a coverage guy. He's an up, get in your face, hit you guy. That's why he had 100 tackles last year as a rookie. So I'm worried about that. But hey, you're not going to solve all your problems in 1 year. I think they solved the front seven. I think the front seven looks really good, but the secondary is going to be a problem. It's just it is what and there's nothing they could do right now to solve it. It just is what it is.
David Bailey going over his 5.75 season sack number at PrizePicks, Frankie. He's getting double digits. You gonna double this number?
I mean, I think he's going over that number in by the bye week.
Bye week is week 13.
Yeah. Yep.
So someone do some math here. If he has 6 sacks by week 13, how many sacks per game is that on average?
He'll have 10.5.
Wow.
I think he's going to have a game where he has 2.5, Jake. I think he's going to have a game where he has 2.5/3 sacks, something like that. He'll have a game like that. He'll pop off one game. He plays like that. He'll have a game where that tackle just has no idea what's going on, and he'll eat. So when you have half of that
week 1, he should have a big game. The Titans offensive line is having issues in camp, everyone's saying.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and listen, I'll say this with Glenn. Glenn is the kind of guy to say, hey, I'm not going to have you doing too much. Go out there, pin your ears back, and get to the quarterback. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson's talked about that kind of style that Glenn kind of liked to run with him. So, I mean, if we're running those kind of things and you're not making Bailey have to do too much, I think, that 5.75 is an interesting low number, isn't it? The guy is a sack artist. That's like what he does. I mean, I don't know. Usually these numbers know more than we do. We're just, we're going off the top. I don't know. PrizePicks
Robbie Sabo's in the chat.
Though.
We'll get to his comment in a second. But first, reminder, code HMA, sign up using my link for PrizePicks. $5 play. If you win, get you $150 in your account. We're definitely on Bailey. More than 5.75 sacks. Sabo writes in, guys, it's August 10th. Per Reese Bailey, can we let the guys play a full seasons first before abiding by the gospel of beat writers' football knowledge? Let's let it play out first. Shots fired at the beat by Sabo.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, listen, he's right. I mean, I'm just saying.
Nick Spano, how bad does Robbie Sabo want Bailey to suck?
Is that Nick's real account?
Yes, the Nick Spano.
6204. That might be a burner. Actually, no, it's not. That sounds like something Nick would say. Yeah, I mean, listen, that is an issue for me. Not with Robbie in general. There are Reese people out there that I feel like they wouldn't mind if David Bailey didn't look all that good this year, and they could say that they were, that we should have drafted Reese. I'm just saying that's the world we kind of live in today. I don't like that.
It's a great world.
It's a great. I don't know. It's debatable.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you're just joining us. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. For those asking, a couple of you reached out. I'm going to see if I could get the full segment from NBC last night on Sports Final, talking Jets and Giants. So appreciate everyone. If you watched the show and you subscribed after that, thanks for helping us hit 50K as a channel this morning. Big thank you to everyone who watches day in, day out. It's insane how special the Jet fan base is, how special the Asmaniac community is. And we just need this team to be relevant, man. 9-8, sneak into the playoffs. Every Jet channel will have 75 or 100,000 subscribers overnight. That's all we need, Frankie V.
9-8. Isaiah Williams to have 700 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns total on the year. Then we're flying high, man. We're in paradise finally. We're out of hell.
Omar in the raffle for one. Omar, your Garrett Wilson signed ball, I got an email this morning, is expected to be delivered today. So be on the lookout for that. You're in today for a Wayne Chrebet signed jersey. For those of you just joining us, new set of weekly prizes. It's not loading, so I can't share all of them with an image other than the first one, which is a Nick Mangold signed helmet that we have up for grabs this week on our shows. Tyrone enters the raffle for 2. He says Santana Moss was a great punt returner and receiver. He was good. Yeah, but the difference is, Tyrone, Santana Moss was a first-round pick. He was expected to be good. Isaiah Williams was a waiver wire pickup last season.
Yeah, man. Santana Moss was a nasty receiver out of Miami, man. Santana Moss, you're talking guy drafted 16th overall. Isaiah Williams was undrafted, guys. I mean, let's not get too crazy here. I get what he's trying to say. You can be a great receiver and a punt returner, obviously, but Isaiah Williams is a punt returner first. Santana Moss is a wide receiver first. It's a big, big difference when you're talking about justifying giving looks to someone. And listen, to be honest, if they want to score points next year, they should have some plays to Isaiah Williams. They should run him a few screens. They should have him in these mesh concepts. Get him the ball in space. Why not? I'm always a fan. Guys that can get yak, you won't hear a peep from me. Those are my favorite kind of offensive players, especially in today's league. They should be focusing on that kind of play style. But Isaiah Williams ain't running a dig route against an average corner and being able to get open on that one. He's just not yet, at least.
We'll down on Isaiah Williams. You don't believe in his greatness.
Listen, it's not easy to play wide receiver in this league. You guys make it seem like you could just because you're fast, just put him out there. He'll catch everything. It doesn't work like that. This ain't Madden.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Chat's cut the line. Bobby Midnight says, hey, Jake, congrats on 50K. You're great. Can't wait till the next 50K. Bobby, I don't think we'll get there unless the Jets are any good, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. You've been a huge part of it, Bobby Midnight. We love you. Lou
if the Jets win the Super Bowl, I think you could get.
Dude, if they make the playoffs, I would get there. Honestly, the biggest growth this channel ever had was the Aaron Rodgers pursuit. Like it wasn't games being played. Look at the Knicks and what that did for content creators that did Knicks stuff.
That's
CP gained like 30,000 subscribers in 2 months during the finals run. Nuts. Lou B says, if Isaiah Williams broke down on the road before a game, would Frankie even stop to help? Great question.
It depends how much gas I have in my car. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I maybe. I honestly, I might not recognize him. I don't know if I'd recognize him. Of course.
So that's a no. You wouldn't help him?
I'm a nice guy. Yeah, of course I would. I help people on the side of the road. Except if they have to change a tire, everything else, I'll help them.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like you want to help the guy. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Quick reminder for those of you who plan to join us at our annual home game group buy outing for Jets Dolphins, winnable game for the Jets, October 25th. Over the weekend, a bunch of you locked in your spot. So as of this morning at 11:30 a.m. on Monday, August 10th, 55 of our 70 allocated tickets have been purchased by Asmaniacs. If you want to guarantee your tickets for the group, you can reserve up to 4. I recommend you buy them as soon as possible or you're going to run out. We got 70 from the Jets. They all include post-game field passes. October 25th, 1 p.m. We're going to have tailgate info coming soon. We'll be in lot L5 for our tailgate beforehand, sitting in section 146 for the actual game. $150 per ticket, includes, again, that post-game field pass. So if you want in, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. It's pinned on the dashboard of the Patreon. All the info is already in the Discord for those of you who join that. So can't recommend it enough. Lock in your spot if you want to definitely join us with the group in section 146. Frankie, the Azzies are going to continue today on the show. And this is a cool one because the nominees today are for the Best Intro Award. We got 4 outstanding ones. The Best Intro, Chef Kevin, The Rooster, Black Gypsy, and Luppy. So I'm going to play each one, and then we're going to open up poll voting if that works for you. Sound okay?
Yeah, but can you do a write-in one? You missed the best one. It's Dave Briga's intro. That's easily the best intro on the show.
Here's the caveat. These are all within the last calendar year. That won last year. So you can't win twice is the committee's thought process.
That did win last year.
That won last year. Yep.
Never mind.
That's how we did it. This is the best intro over the last year of the show. So the fresh calendar year here. So on that note, I'm going to play each of these here. So let me get to my intro tab here. Let's set this up. And let's first play our first intro from our nominee, the champ, Chef Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know Chef Kevin's intro, here it is.
He's always cooking or coaching or flashing his green. This man is cooking or kicking as maniac as he's at the tailgate. He's cooking, blowtorching his food. A diehard Jets legend, the chef they call Kevin. Chef Kevin.
Intro number 1 from Chef Kevin. Ladies and gentlemen, now intro number 2 that's nominated. This is Black Gypsy.
I'm Black Gypsy. I'm here to set all you delusional Jets fans straight. Your takes make me wanna punch you in the face. I'll kick you in the crotch when this team sucks. They suck. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy.
And by the way, Gator made all these. So shout out to Gator for the creativity and the greatness of each of these. Ladies and gentlemen, our next nominee for the best intro Azzy is the Rooster. The Rooster, our third nominee. It's so good. They're all so good. And last but certainly not least, the final Azzy nominated intro, the Lup Man. Here's Luppies.
My name is Luppy, not Lumpy. I'm not De Niro. Just call me Luppy. I had a mullet the last time the Jets were winners. Don't call me Lumpy, 'cause I'm friggin' Lumpy.
So those are your nominees for the Azzy Award for the best intro. And now it's time to vote. You vote in the YouTube poll that is going to be live shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, voting for the best intro Azzy is underway.
Cast your vote for the best. It's time for the Azzy Awards. It's time for the Azzy Awards. Cast your vote for the best. It's time for the Azzy Awards.
Outstanding. Frankie, you have a vote. I don't because I made the poll. Who would you vote for?
I like the Luppy song the best. It's the catchiest. But I think overall it's just got to go to Rooster, man. That's just such a good intro. It's cool. It's fun. It's cool. I don't know. I like the energy from. They're all good though. Chef Kevin's is the chillest one. Black Gypsy might be the best overall production one value wise, but I think Rooster just has a little bit of everything in there. So.
He's the Rooster, baby.
He's the Rooster. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to your calls. Tristan is first up. Tristan's excited to hear about Ruben Bain all week as the Bucs are in town. Hello, Tristan.
No, it's okay. Hey, guys, how you doing? Frankie, I told myself that I'm going to give you one compliment every time that we get on the phone. I do like the fact that you're protecting your ears and your hearing with your wired headphones. That's a good job. Hearing about you.
That's the only compliment you could give me.
Well, I mean, you didn't wear your glasses today, so I mean, we'll try next week. Yeah, I mean, Frankie, sometimes you just kind of contradict yourself, and I think that's the main thing that upsets me about you. And
I always
Sable seemed
upset you. I don't know why. I always
well,
happen to
well,
upset you.
no,
I
no,
don't
I'm
know what's
trying,
up.
Frankie. I'm trying, Frankie. I'm
Are
trying.
you? Are you?
I'm
Okay.
trying. I'm trying. So we had you guys were having the Isaiah versus Arian Smith debate, and later on in the conversation, you said you can't just put somebody who's fast out there and expect them to catch a bunch of balls. This isn't Madden. Yet earlier in that conversation, you said Arian Smith was picked for a reason, and I don't know if Isaiah Smith is a better receiver because you want to put the faster guy who was selected earlier in the draft overall out there. So like that's a main contradiction that you like sometimes normally make. Also,
Can I
earlier in the
explain that?
conversation,
Can I just explain? Arian Smith was drafted as a wide receiver.
Mhm.
Arian Smith's skill set, why he was a 4th-round pick, why John Gruden was glazing him on Twitter was because of things he did outside of just being a take the top off guy. Arian Smith came out of Georgia, man. I mean, he came from a big school and was their best wide receiver that last year. So listen,
also had but
I'm
he
not
also had
against a
11
guy with
drops.
speed. I like wide receivers with speed. So just because he has speed and that's his strength as a receiver, but I'm saying you can't be a wide receiver in today's NFL, even Arian Smith, on just speed. You can't. They tried it with Devin Hester. We saw Devin Hester try to play receiver. He was okay. That's my point. So yeah, that point even goes to Arian Smith, Tristan. I'll even put that on him. That's why I don't. If you had to start a team and you had to have one of those two play wide receiver for you as your wide receiver 1, who are you going to pick, Arian Smith or Isaiah Williams? I'm probably still going to pick Arian Smith just because I know that he can do it based on his college tape. We don't know anything about Williams as a receiver, bro.
He had 11 drops his senior season.
But he also had 800 plus yards and he made big plays. Like it's different, man. He's in the SEC against those secondaries. I'm just saying.
Check. I feel like,
I'm not an Arian Smith guy, by the way. I'm just saying, like you're comparing.
No. I'm really more so what I'm dissecting right now is your argument style and like why you choose one player over another, and that goes back to I prefer a player that's more complete, while you prefer a player that has one crazy attribute that can possibly help the Jets. I don't want to talk about Bailey anymore.
You think Isaiah Williams is complete?
No. I'm saying you even the fact that you were saying, oh, let's get Isaiah Williams the ball in space. The highlights that people are seeing of Isaiah Williams that are getting them excited. And I'm not even really trying to have a wide receiver debate, but you are saying get Isaiah Williams the ball in space. The highlights that people are excited about seeing is him catching the ball over the top after burning a corner. It seems to me like you haven't even seen those videos, and then you're continuing to make an argument based on your preconceived notion of a player. You get what I'm saying?
I've seen I've seen those videos. I don't think that's going to be a reality in the NFL on Sundays.
Okay.
I don't think. Listen, you know what we'll do? When Isaiah Williams burns a cornerback in an NFL game, not in practice, and he scores a touchdown, a big touchdown, come back on whenever and put on the clip, and I'll say you were right there. But I mean, how many times did maybe once, twice? You think it's going to be a common theme for him in the NFL? Maybe you're right, dude. I don't know, but to think that's like going to be expected on Sundays is kind of being a little bit like you're reaching a little bit right there.
No, Frankie, I want you to pull back from this really quickly. What's my main argument is Bailey is a one-shot pony, Arian Smith is a one-shot pony, and some of these other players, and when you argue for them, they have one shiny attribute. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I look at when you argue football, it frustrates me a little bit. And I feel like that's why, like, I've gotten a reputation.
You're right. No, hold on. Let me say, you're right. I do look at, because to win, and you're right with what you just said, by the way. I do look at that. I want one elite attribute that no matter what, you can always go home to, and you're going to have that advantage on a football field over someone. I'm with you. And you know what? It's burned me at times too. So that's a good analysis. I mean, I don't think you're wrong there. I do think though that's important, isn't it? I mean, if you're average at everything, you kind of just become an average player.
See, this is the problem. And Frankie, I have gotten a bad reputation of being a negative Jets fan from coming on Mondays and talking with you. And when really in my history has been like being one of the most over positive Jets fans that there is. So I just kind of want to have calmer conversations with you. That slogan that you thinking about it, when it says a jack of all trades is a master of none, is actually incomplete. Like a jack of all trades is a master of none. And then it goes on to say that somebody who knows a little bit of everything is actually better than somebody who actually specializes in one thing. And my fear is, after watching what a defensive line can do, I'm a University of Miami fan. We went to the championship, and I know that I do like Bain over Bailey. Is when we set the edge to defeat Ohio State, who was supposed to be world beaters, and they couldn't get around to the edge. That's what won us the game. Yes, we got a bunch of sacks at the end of the game. They couldn't get the ball to Jeremiah Smith, but they were always in 2nd and 10. And unfortunately, I feel like the Jets, and I know we've revamped our front seven, have not proven to me that we are going to be putting Bailey in position to be an elite edge rusher and get to the quarterback and for it to matter in the game. That's what I'm worried about.
Tristan, you're right with that. The thing is, what are you not going to draft a guy because you're never thinking of yourselves being in a position where a 3rd and long matters? You want to be in a 3rd and long where if you sack Justin Herbert here or you get pressure on him, you're going to win the game in a 3rd and long against Harbaugh on the road to win a playoff game. You're drafting guys for those situations. If not, we shouldn't draft anybody. Like, what are you going to do, man? I mean, like, and again, who was the best team in the AFC last year, record-wise? Broncos.
Okay.
Who was their best defensive player? Who got defensive MVP votes? Nick Bonito. Nick Bonito ain't great against the run, just letting you know. Nick Bonito really doesn't play that much against. Nick Bonito pins his ears back and goes. I'm just saying, there is a theme. If you look at some of the best edges in football, they happen to play on some of the best teams in football. Just go down the list. And teams that are at the top sometimes need. The Bills wish they had an edge. They tried with Von Miller, didn't work out. You almost wish you have that guy just as a finishing piece. You are right. We're not ready for a finishing piece right now on defense. And I don't think guys like Bailey.
That's been my whole point.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think he can be in the NFL at some point. And you're kind of hoping by year 2, 3, 4, 5, you got someone to put in that position. You know, you don't not draft someone because, you know, you're I don't know, you're trying to be like, you know, average, you know, overall, or have like a 8-9 record. Like,
but that even said that word average.
I forget the word average. I shouldn't have used that word. Whatever.
Okay.
You know what
you use it often,
like
so I'll forgive you.
Whatever.
So.
I'm just saying it's a baseline team. You're the 20th or 16th best team in football. Like, no, you want a guy that when you're ready to really win and make impacts, he might take you to the next level. You might get to a Super Bowl. Look at what Aaron Donald did for the Rams, man. They talk about it. He got 20 sacks one season. You think that didn't help them win a Super Bowl? Like, I mean, you got to get to the quarterback, man.
But that goes to the whole short arm debate. Aaron Donald had some of the shortest arms of a defensive tackle that was drafted.
Well, that's well he played.
What do you do?
He played defensive tackle, though. You know, if he wasn't playing edge. So I mean, that's another combo. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody hungry? We got some really great food here today. We got bracket it up, pasta fazool, homemade chili, and this is what the Jets do today. The Jets today definitely win.
The Jets are going to win. That's it.
Yeah, Tristan, me and Tristan, when I'm on the show, man, Tristan Monday morning, he's like, Tristan goes to the gym early in the morning on Monday. Tristan's ready for me.
Nick Spano says, yo, this Tristan guy, the police or something, he's taking notes on what Frank says. This is weird. Tristan, do you take notes on what Frank says?
No, I'm just listening. That's all.
Great call, Tristan. I love it.
Listen, I'll say some. What he said a point that's actually right about me. I do look at one attribute that I think can separate player A over player B. One thing.
You like to manalize.
Yeah, there you go. Is that a thing? I never heard that before. I like that.
Manalize? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that now. I'm gonna write that down. Manalize. I like that, Jake. I'm gonna start manalizing. I actually manalize way too much. I should probably stop. Manalizing. But no, Jake. I mean,
calm your freaky down.
You know what I mean?
Thought Tristan was tough. Just watch this. Leader of Jets is on the line. Hello, leader of Jets.
Good morning, gentlemen. Hello, long time no see. How are you?
Leader, I was going to reach out to you because I was wondering where you've been. We need your calls. You're a ray of sunshine around here.
Ray of sunshine. That's very nice. Sometimes you have to take a step back. The football season is luckily for us only, I don't know, 5 months. It's not the whole year, but it's week 1. We're locked in. Frankie, you're Mr. David Bailey, if I remember, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
You must be feeling
related to him. Yeah.
Yeah, I see the resemblance.
Yeah.
You might have a little more swag.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't love seeing number 31 on the edge. I'd love my pass rusher to be a little more gritty. But either way, leader of turds. It never ends, Jake. It never ends.
That's Peacebreaker calling you leader of turds.
I didn't really have much of a call ready. I'm really excited for week 1.
Are you going to be there, leader? Am I going to meet you in person?
No.
Come on.
I did. What I'll say is I plugged in the distance in my Apple Maps to see what the drive would be to Nashville from Tampa. So that's how far I am. And I have the Jets. I don't know what her name is. Someone from Season Tickets emailing me. So, there's some blood in the water of interest.
By the way, Jay Quest, I'm taking shots of cold brew. I'm not taking shots of whiskey this early in the morning. Just an FYI. So I have my little espresso glass, and I do sometimes shots of cold brew because I don't have my espresso machine working. So just throw.
How many shots of whiskey did you have on this night?
Yeah! At that point, 0.
Yes!
Maybe 1. Actually.
Yes! That's my guy. That's why.
No, I didn't have any
That's why they
booze
say move to
until
the
after.
big bucks. That's the damn pig. Sorry, I'm going. That's the freaking big baby. Finally, the Jets are back. The Jets are back.
Kerry Rose.
The Jets are back.
Ryan's like,
Bailey.
can you get this guy the hell out of here?
I think you earned that.
That's his guy. If
No,
David Bailey's
I mean-
good, Frankie gets credit. If he sucks, we blame him. Those are the responsibilities.
What happens if he's really bad, like unplayable? Like what do I have to do, or what can I do to?
It will stick with you forever. It's basically, you know how Bill Buckner had a great career, but he's only remembered for one play. That's your media career. If David Bailey sucks.
Oh boy, yeah. Might have to start covering like baseball or something. Not that I know much about baseball. But...
George Lombard. That's all you need to know. Lombard.
He looks great.
Oh,
Been up
Jake, well, you look like you were in the dugout. You're like, how much money are you making? This guy is on the field at every game.
I didn't pay a dime for those seats. I got lucky. I got a very good friend who had a hookup for Legends on Saturday. Texted me an hour before first pitch. Can you make it? And I'm like, I got nothing to do. Absolutely. And I got the Ben Rice bomb at the perfect time. Like, I never really take videos during games, but I happen to have my phone out on that pitch, and I got a great shot of it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. You posted on Twitter?
I put it on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Center field.
That kid's good, man. They
Lombard?
needed a player like that.
He's a shortstop. That's a shortstop, baby.
Yeah.
They're saying you think he could bat leadoff? Sorry, they were saying bat him leadoff over Trent Grissom. You think that's like a
Eventually? I don't want to put too much pressure on him yet. Let him just
Same.
get settled in for a couple weeks.
Yeah, the analytics of the lineup, I don't know what it is anymore. I used to want a speedster at the top, but now they want as many at bats as possible.
Now, leader of Jets, what are your thoughts on Ty Simpson reportedly struggling at Rams camp?
0. I don't even know who Ty Simpson is. That's not my quarterback.
Leader of Jets famously, for those new to the show, we got a ton of new subscribers over the last couple of weeks here. Leader of Jets famously bet $200 or $250 that the New York Jets were a lock to take Ty Simpson second overall. And I said, I will take that bet gladly. And I said, I will send you a Simpson jersey if he's a Jet, all that. And we know how that played out.
I got a couple Jake Asman show shirts out of it.
You did.
So, it's not the end of the world. I do still believe in him. I've seen a few clips online of training camp. Just classic, QB slander. You can't really take anything into account. I did think of a question now, a correlation or something. What if Geno Smith has sort of a Ryan Fitzpatrick 2015 season, which doesn't seem that crazy? Receiving core is improved.
Pull him back as a bridge and draft someone.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say, and we spoke about this with Ryan and Kaz on Gangs, is I think this offense needs a leader, or they need a group of guys there that believe and are able to, because you're going to have bad stretches in games. Every team does. We tend to have more than other teams usually, but we're going to go through bad stretches. Who's going to bring the troops together? That Fitzpatrick team had a ton of leaders on the offensive line. You had guys, receivers, Fitzpatrick. I mean, like, they all believed. So, like, they're going to need that, man, because if it's just everyone kind of in their own world and there's no cohesion to the group, you're going to be in the dumps, and you're going to keep digging deeper and deeper, sort of thing. So that's where I think they need to, from now until week 1, if they want to be really good on offense, or good, I think they got to set up a leadership group. It could be a little bit of everyone. It could be a little.
I don't know who it is.
They have a leadership group already.
Who's the leadership group?
They have it. Garrett talked about it. He said it's the guys you would expect. So it's him.
Okay.
It's
we'll see.
Demario Davis. It's Gino. David Onyemata. It's Minka. Harrison Phillips. And I'm probably missing one or two more.
No, the defense certainly has some leadership, but thinking back at that 2015 team, Mangold was there, Decker was there, Brandon Marshall, Ryan Fitzpatrick. It was a very mature group, and I'm trying to make those correlations to the 2026 team, and I don't really, maybe someone on the offensive line.
Mario was there too. Remember?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good point about how much leadership was in the 2015.
Well, it's like anything though. It's like, and it's funny. You're a leader of Jets. We're talking about leadership, right?
I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
We need you. No, but it's like anything. When things start going bad, it could be a business, it could be a group, it could be life. I mean, you gotta pick yourself up and believe again, and then get some momentum in a good direction to overcome what just happened. And the best teams have that, or they have the players in place to make that happen, or they quickly forget. Some guys are good at just forgetting about what happened and just move forward. So I just hope they have that, because if you start getting in the dumps, and Gino's in the dumps, and Brees is not getting, the looks he wants, and Garrett seems not interested in the game plan because it's not right. Yeah.
Phil says, one does not make oneself a leader, just like one does not give oneself a nickname. That's D-Bag 101.
Wow.
What, am I not allowed to have a screen name? A username anymore?
Leader of Jets he's my leader.
Thank you. It's it's fun. I had something. That guy just made me lose my train of thought. Yeah,
Speaking of thoughts, is there anything you want to say to one of your dear friends? He goes by the name Beast.
Don't think I'm not stupid, son.
Great quote from Beast. Beast just said, quote, "Don't think I'm not stupid."
Damn right. And this, my folks, get your brand new Ultimate T-shirt. You again. Welcome to the school of pain. I'm gonna now stretch you. You want to get stretched? You want to join the power plant? Come on in the classroom. We're gonna give you an example of what stretching and a demonstration of pain feels like.
Calm your freaky down.
Do you have any summer plans, Beast? What'd you do this summer?
How about I stick my foot up your ass? That's what you get.
Sounds great. When do you want to do it?
You got a bullseye on your head, and you know what? I'm like Austin, and I'm gonna say these words. How about I just paint a bullseye on your ass and just kick you around a couple of times until you learn how to take pain and abuse?
Let's do it. Let's do it, Beast.
You want to go? You want to go?
Yeah.
You want to go? You want to throw gloves?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, just tell me about your summer. How's your summer? Did you go anywhere fun?
What have I been doing? Winning. It's called going big, going global. Oh, that's a business, son.
Where did you go globally?
Wait, where? Before you talk, this
61. That movie was made in I've seen 61.
I didn't ask for your opinion, nuts. This is Jake's DVD. I got it from today as a present.
I have that DVD. It's a solid movie. Roger Maris, Mickey Mantle.
Sure. Sure, and you know who I am? Pope John Paul II. How you like them apples?
What makes you the Pope? You don't seem like a man of faith, Beast, to be honest.
I laugh at your pity. You know what?
I'm not pitying you.
Where's your dreams that I have laughter? Yeah. Well,
Don't think Beastbreaker is not stupid, folks. His ass is so big, it covers 2 zip codes. Time to throw his flabby tits in the hole.
Put him in the hole? You put him in the hole? No. No. Are you a fan of college football, Beast? You got a college football team?
I don't watch college football.
What about?
I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV. You know what I do?
How do you watch
Study.
the Jets?
I mean, I read. I study. I also read stuff from metal that you know nothing about.
What's the last book you read?
The Eye of Shirva.
The Eye of Shirva?
The Eye of Shirva. You ever heard of the Eye of Shirva?
Global enforcer.
No, I don't know.
Beastbreaker 666, you do eat chili. Here's a photo. Tubby. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
You're talking to Booker T, bitch. Now you want to play with me? Come on, get you some, sucker. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Why are you in the ring? Shouldn't you be doing something different with life? Because I got my shit straightened out. Oh,
I mean, I am working.
I was gonna say to Frankie, he looks different without the glasses. Very different without the glasses.
I don't have glasses.
He looks like a smart, well-educated young man without glasses.
Frankie, are you?
I'm gonna get the opposite.
Are you a college football fan, Frankie, or are you just dive in for recruiting?
More driving for recruiting.
Or I guess tape evaluation.
Yeah, I'll be watching a lot this year, though. I don't have like a team, though. I don't know.
Are you a New York guy? You seem like a Northeast guy. Obviously, you're a Jets fan.
Yeah, I live in Queens, over here.
Okay, Jake. What about you? I don't. You're a New York guy as well.
I am. I don't have a college team though. I just root for whoever I bet on or whatever.
I know you. I ask this question a lot. You guys got to pick college teams. You got to dive in.
I'm rooting for all the quarterbacks to play great. So I'll root for Texas, Notre Dame. I'll root for Oregon. I'll root for whoever's got a good LSU. I'll root for whoever's got a good quarterback. Indiana.
I don't want to go back to Beast, but why is Beast showing us a DVD? Like
this is for
2026.
Respect the film 61, leader of Jets.
It's a great film.
It's not that great. It was a fine baseball movie.
Look, asshole, I got news for you. If I ever see you in the street, I'm gonna knock you right for a loop, and you'll be wishing one-way ticket straight to Botswana. And I'll put.
Where do you live, Beast? Let's meet up.
I don't think you want to go here with me, pal.
I'm telling you, I want to.
Let me just say, no. Let me just give you a little history lesson. Where I come from, it's the streets, pal. I come from the streets.
You do strike me as someone from the streets. You do.
Damn right I do.
Now, leader of Jets.
You kind of look like a chewed up piece of gum on the street.
A warp-infested piece of shit. You look like the crap that came out of my ass this morning when I was taking a dump.
Strong.
Tell us more about that.
Nah. What you need to do is take a hike and say...
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
It was great to catch up with you, leader of Jets. Call
back
back soon, all right?
Thanks for bringing Beast back into my life. That was wonderful. I'm sorry to...
If you call back more often, I won't have to play catch-up between you and Beast, you know?
Yeah, I doubt that. Anytime I come on, you're going to put the Beast on.
No.
Thank you for having me, Frankie. Good call on David Bailey. I'll see you soon. Go Jets.
Later, Jets, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greats.
Someone
Frankie, you got time for another call?
Yeah, somebody said, you know what's a better movie than 61? The movie 69. That was a good one.
Come on.
Someone commented that. Some of the comments,
There's a lot of those movies out there.
Some of them are good. Yeah. It's a great comment.
Nick Scheid says, you designated me to run post-game on the field this year again. Last year, you're so pissed you went home. So last year, we did the Carolina game, and the Jets fell to 0-7, and I just didn't want to go on the MetLife field afterwards. I'm like, Nick, you take whoever wants to go on the field. I got to get home so I could do a post-game show talking about an 0-7 football team that just lost to Andy Dalton and the Panthers.
That
That's
was
what I
your
did.
best post game, by the way. My favorite one that I actually about a
Oh,
month
the London
ago,
one was the best.
Yeah, but that one I just about a month ago it was recommended to me on YouTube. I was like, "Why is this recommended?" I watched it. I was like, "Wow, that was good." Like you were just.
Remember Glenn said after the London game he regretted not doing the Hail Mary at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
So what does he do? He makes the same exact mistake with Fields in the next game.
Remember when Kaz asked Glenn if he would consider benching Justin Fields, and he goes, "What the hell kind of question is that?" To then do it the next week before after halftime.
Ridiculous. Nick Spano followed up. He says, "I haven't seen someone cross-examine Frankie like that guy Tristan since Frank's mom when he came home at 4 a.m. from the White Plains bars in high school."
You know what? Those were the good old days. Those weren't the good old days. Those were overrated days.
Big fella says, "Is Tanky coming to Nashville, and is he Team Beast or Team Nightbot? Are you coming to Nashville week 1?
I don't think so. Unfortunately. I know.
Are you Team Nightbot or Team Beast? Are you following the saga between those two?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm Team Beast, man. I'm always Team Beast.
Beast, say thank you to Frankie supporting your cause.
I understand. I know. I heard, and he looks nice without the glasses on. Without him, he looks like a well educated young man, very educated. Except if I was Joe Torre, I'd be like, here's a razor. You know what to do. Clean that up and make yourself look like a champion. And after you get done, we're gonna grab a bat and ball and we're gonna hit some ground balls. Come on, let's go. Ground of the third. Pick it up.
Hey, Beast, Nightbot wrote in, Hogwarts rejected you so hard, the sorting hat just sighed and said maybe try community college.
I don't care about that. I care about other things that are more important, like life. I'm high on life.
Are you saying lice or life?
Life. You know, the game of life? Anyone ever played the game of life?
He said I'm high on lice.
If I had lice, I'd have dandruff, but unfortunately I don't have dandruff.
And bald people have lice, Beast, do you know?
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep my hair clean. Why? Because I use Suave and also a good version of if you're not fully clean, unless you're just fully clean. Doing. And remember, folks, we're in town. Call me anytime. You know
Is
what
that
to
your
do.
personal cell phone number?
Hey, on this card, it's called business is business. Money is money. Everything's money. And you know what I was doing this morning in the store? There was a song called "She's a Brick House." She's a brick house. Yep.
Wild show here on a Monday morning. Jets
Someone
off today.
just commented, "I'm so happy football's coming back."
Mr.
That's
Bonesy,
a fact. We're gonna lose our damn minds if there was another month. Forget it.
Man, a lot happening. Good things on the horizon. Sign Wayne Corbett jersey on our show today. Our top prize in the Sunday weekly raffle is a Nick Mangold signed helmet, so make sure you enter. Bunch you still on hold. Frank, you tell me whenever you got to run, but I know this next guy has a lot to say, and you're going to want to hear from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, hit it.
Frankie,
Hello,
a receiver
sir.
that can't catch is like a porn star with stage fright. They're of no use to anybody.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere else, but
So-
of course, I know. You're not telling me anything new here with that.
So, Isaiah Williams is not taking reps away from, ideally away from A.D. Mitchell or Omar Cooper. I mean, as long as, Cooper learns the playbook and can run the route tree, he's going to be fine. Like, it's the guys like Tim Patrick and Arian Smith that have to worry about Isaiah Williams, right? Like,
I know. I'm just again. I don't. We're comparing like crap with shit, right? Like as a receiver, I'm saying as a receiver, I'm not trying to diss Isaiah Williams here, but it's I don't know, man. It's not. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But again, Arian Smith. Not going to probably work out here, but it's got something there as a receiver, I think.
I mean, we'll see. All the things to go in on Aaron Glenn for, like, stick it up for your fourth string.
Yeah, that's a big Frankie.
There's plenty of other stuff to be critical of Aaron Glenn for, I think. But, I mean, really what I wanted to call and talk about was, T'Vondre Sweat. Like, does he realize this is his future in the league?
What's he going to do? He got hurt.
But, I mean, is the reason he got hurt because he's out of shape? Or
he got hurt. He got hurt before camp started. He got hurt working out, they said.
But what's he going to – he's a big man, Kyle. If he comes back from that hammy, and that thing will go right away, man. I mean, you gotta be careful with that. I'm with you, though, but what's he supposed to do? He got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, his reputation is already a little bit of a problem, and this is essentially a contract year for him, right? And what's more is the Jets are taking a huge gamble on him, right? And they have people that were all over them for not taking a defensive tackle in the previous draft. They're going to have 3 picks in this upcoming draft, and there's going to be some pressure there to take a defensive tackle if he doesn't pan out and he doesn't get re-signed. So, like, I just don't get it, right? Like, if you're ever going to be in shape and you're ever going to be dedicated to football, this would be the year to do it. And the fact that he's not is not a good sign. But what is a good sign is that one of the rookies that we did take in the mid-rounds seems to be acquitting himself well in camp. So hopefully that'll prove to be a positive for us with Darryl Jackson. And then the other thing I just wanted to kind of throw out there is I've never heard of a kicking competition this quiet ever.
They've been good. That's why.
They've both been good.
They both have hit a lot of their kicks. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for fans like us that are, watching Jets shows all year round, and we think that we're going to be in more games this year, and kicking can really be something that this stuff comes down to. I think we're going to have a lot of interest in that in the coming weeks. So, it's just a matter of like, can we get someone who's adequate and who's not going to lose us close games like from 50 yards in, let's see if we can let's see if we can be competitive in the kicking game, because special teams has been a strength for us in the recent past. That's basically all I had. Great show today. And I think me and the kids are going to go see Spider-Man.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah. So, this is the odd day off during summer vacation, and enjoy the rest of the day, guys.
Kyle, great call.
Later, Kyle.
I'll tell you what, there's a Jet cameo in Spider-Man. You got to look for it. But there's a visible Jet shirt that is shown during one of the scenes in Spider-Man. Yep.
Is this Spider-Man one that you can watch without having seen or remembering the other 3?
Yeah, you can. They do. They fill you in a little bit.
Somebody told me that wasn't the case though yesterday.
There's some things that are like, vital for the plot, but like you're a smart guy, you could figure it out.
Okay. And there's 3 other Spider-Mans, right? That you
if you're talking about Tom Holland's Spider-Man,
okay,
this
so
was
those the ones you want to see before this one,
yes.
Right? Okay,
yes.
Got it. Okay,
exactly.
Not the biggest movie buff, so yeah.
Leading in the Azzy Award by a large margin here. 52% of the vote for the best intro. Chef Kevin, 24%. Black Gypsy, 15%. Luppy at 9%. Rooster just gifted 5 channel memberships, and great timing because the Rooster was going to be our very next caller. He's in the raffle for 5, and guess what? He's up next on the show. Hit it.
Here we come, the stuff the Jets
How we doing, gentlemen? Have to call,
Rooster.
have to call in when you're nominated. I think that's just, be disrespectful to the Gator who did such a great job putting that together, and I really enjoyed it. Frankie, I got a good one with you and a not so good one for you.
Yes.
I love your David Bailey. And I wanted Reese. I'm so high on David Bailey, and I've been saying this to Jake a lot. I don't care if they don't even play him versus the run this year. I want this guy going after the quarterback. I want him only thinking quarterback. If we could get to the quarterback, it's going to change everything. And eventually, he's going to be, hopefully, an all-around player. But right now, all we should be worrying about is David Bailey attacking that quarterback on passing situations. And it'll make the whole team different. I mean, that's it. I mean, what we're hearing is unbelievable. We don't need him to be all-around player day one. We do need him to be able to get to the quarterback starting day one. And then as he gets better, because I don't want him confused right now. I just want him thinking, get on the field, go. And then as he gets older and better and more experienced, then we'll hope he turns into this all-around dominating player. But let's get him going right off the bat. My negative point is you like making Isaiah Williams to be Vince Papale in Invincible, who was playing in a street game, and Isaiah Williams was the second leading receiver in the Big Ten behind Marvin Harrison Jr. He was an unbelievable wide receiver. He wasn't drafted. You know why? Measurables. He's small. He's undersized. So that's what the NFL, they did that to a guy kind of in the NBA who was undersized and drafted in round 2. And he became the best top 5 player in the league and won us a championship. Now,
you're comparing him to Brunson?
No. I'm comparing him to people that look at measurables in the draft. All I'm saying with Isaiah Williams, Frankie, he's 5,000 times better than Arian Smith. He was better than him in college. And we saw he's better than him in the pros. I don't know. I don't want him to be Garrett Wilson. I don't know if I want him to be A.D. Mitchell. But I like knowing that this guy could play. And we might need him. Guys get hurt all the time. And he showed last year with no quarterback. So I just think you're dismissing him.
Isaiah Williams wasn't. You're wrong with one thing. Isaiah Williams wasn't drafted, if I'm not mistaken, because of his 40 time. I think he ran like a 4.63 or something, which
he's 6 feet 180. I mean, there's something.
But I'm saying he ran a really slow 40 that knocked him out because I remember him at it. I'm just saying
that's fine.
Regardless, whatever.
I know,
all right,
because guys can.
It wasn't because he was short or anything. Like
whatever it was, his measurables, everything put together made him not drafted. But this was a productive receiver in the Big Ten. I mean, not playing wide receiver in Nowheresville. He was a real captain of Illinois, a real football player.
Yeah, he was.
Maybe we caught. Maybe the Jets got lucky, and we didn't even know how good he was last year because we had no one who could throw the damn ball to him. That's all I'm saying. I mean, but more importantly,
all I'm saying, all I'm saying is every year we go to camp, we see guys like Isaiah Williams. We all get a little too overly excited. The season rolls around and they're nowhere to be found in a specific spot. I'm just saying, don't get these camp highlights.
I know, but I'm not even
excited about.
He played offense for us last year, and for the last 4 weeks, he was the best player on the field. Now.
That was when Garrett was hurt.
I understand.
Too.
I understand. So, he's not Garrett. He's not AD, but I think you dismissed him a little like he came out of nowhere.
Okay, fair enough.
That's not fair.
If you're talking about, we're comparing just as a wide receiver, who would you rather get reps to? If you guys want to give up on Arian Smith, fair enough. Go right ahead. And
I don't know if he's been drafted in the 4th round in the first round. If Arian
probably
shouldn't have. But in the 7th round, you wouldn't feel this way.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But you listen, Jake. You got to try it before you get rid of it, right? Like,
dude, he couldn't get on the field last year on a team that had no players. Without Garrett Wilson, they literally had no receivers. Jake, they had to acquire 2 receivers in the middle of the season who immediately played because they had no one else. That told you all you need to know about how they feel about Arian Smith. They drafted someone in the 1st round at that position and a tight end who's going to be a glorified power slot receiver for them.
Listen,
that tells you all you need to know about how they feel about Arian Smith.
Isaiah Williams is not the starting wide receiver. Is not even ahead of Omar Cooper Jr.
He's wide receiver 4.
Exactly. And maybe I'm just happy that we have a guy like Isaiah Williams, who is a pretty good football player, that if someone gets hurt, we got him ready to roll because, like you said, people get hurt. You're seeing it. I do agree with you. Why can't
I hear you guys?
Normal camp. Why does he try to reinvent the wheel? Just fucking play football. And I'll tell you one thing, Jake, you're right. If we're not playing guys on Friday to protect, we're not protecting anything. We got to play football. We got to get better. They got to play, because if you don't get better and you don't try, you're going to lose that way. So I take the chances of the injuries happening, but playing, because what are we protecting?
Yeah, this is not 2 years ago with Rodgers coming off injury and you had a veteran team and you know what you have. These guys are all new. They got to play.
Everyone's got to play. Or what are we going to do? I mean, play football. And you know the other thing with Aaron Glenn? And as much, and I'm positive, I think we're going to, he's just, everything he says is just, it just sounds stupid. It's just stupid. He just can't answer. He just doesn't feel yet like a head coach.
Just don't let go of the rope.
Come on, just don't let go.
He just feels like a cheerleader, and believe me, I wanted to work for this guy, but everything he does is just seems off a little. And I hope
you want to
I'm
let
wrong.
go of the Arian Smith rope? Don't let go of the rope with Arian Smith. Come on.
I just want the best players on the field. And if it's Isaiah Williams, I like Wayne Corbett, the perfect story. He kept fighting and going, and eventually you got to put him in. And I'm not saying that's but Isaiah Williams is an accomplished wide receiver in college at the highest level.
I don't know about that. That's kind of listen.
The second leading receiver in the Big Ten. How much higher can it be?
I think we have another Arian Smith truther on the line to add to this debate.
Gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac.
My guy, how you doing, Jack? Wait, before we start, Nixon 5. You were Nixon 5. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Isaiah Williams was never better than Aaron Smith, ever. That's ridiculous. He played at one of the worst programs in college football, so they threw him the ball every down, and he got 1,000 yards. He caught a bunch of balls. He was the Julian Edelman of college football. It's like, okay, what's so good about him? He caught a bunch of balls. Okay.
Yeah, but Julian Edelman was a great player for a long time.
No, he wasn't. Stop. He was an adequate player who caught a lot of balls because he played with Brady.
Julian Edelman was a good NFL slot wide receiver. Come on. He has one of the clutchest catches in NFL history.
He's an adequate player. He's an adequate player who'd lead the NFL in catches.
Isaiah Williams ends up being Julian Edelman.
No.
Okay?
He's the Julian Edelman of college football.
That's not fair, Gary. Come on.
Isaiah Williams was with the Bengals before the Jets, by the way. People know that, right? Played with Joe Burrow and those guys. He was before that with the Lions. Just saying, Ben Johnson, if he had real chops at receiver, might not make it through the cracks of those two systems. Just throwing that out there. Not to hate on Isaiah Williams, but I'm just being realistic.
Well, you love A.D. Mitchell. He fell through the cracks. They threw him to us right away. I mean, come on. That's not fair. Guys get better. They get mature.
I know. I'm just saying that you guys, we're talking as a receiver. I love the guy on the team. I don't want him off the team, but we're talking as a receiver. I think we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but
whenever Georgia needed a play, whether it was in the playoff, whether it was against Bama, they put the ball in Arian Smith's hands, and it worked. I'm not saying I keep comparing him to Brad Smith or Braxton Berrios. He's not going to get 80 catches.
That's who I compared Isaiah Williams to.
He can make plays. He's an athlete and a burner, and he's a playmaker. I'm not saying he's going to have a Pro Bowl career. Clearly, he's not. But he's a guy you want on your team because just like Georgia, when nothing else is going right,
I'm not down on Arian Smith. This has nothing to do with Arian Smith. I hope Arian Smith turns out great too. I'm just saying that Isaiah Williams, I just felt like we dismissed him out of nowhere. The guy was a receiver in college, whether it was Illinois or what. He was a receiver. That's all.
He's at a good camp. We'll see how they're both going to play a lot in the preseason, so you'll get a good look at both of them.
I hope they're both
fighting
great
for a roster spot,
and I hope they both don't play. I hope our starting 3 receivers are A.D. Mitchell, Cooper, and Garrett Wilson. I mean, that's what we're all hoping for. I'm not nuts, but I'm happy to have this guy, a jack of all trades. How's your summer, Gary?
It's good.
Good.
It's good. If Julian Edelman played on any other offense with any other quarterback, he's a marginal NFL player. I'm so like Julian Edelman caught a bunch of.
Did you feel that way about Wes Welker?
That's not fair. Julian Edelman was unbelievable.
I mean, I was a little young. Wes Welker. Oh, Wes Welker. I think you said Wes. Okay. Wes Welker's a lot better than Julian Edelman. Like Wes Welker's a lot better than Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman's a really good player.
He was adequate. He was an adequate guy. If you put him on the Jets, he's got 20 catches and 300 yards. Like
Well, that's because the Jets have the worst quarterback situation.
and he was put in the best situation, and they designed a system where he could flourish in. Where it was basically on any third down play, on any play where they didn't have anything else, they dumped him the ball.
Gary, what do you think of David Bailey's camp?
Let's
get
what was that,
Frankie? David Bailey's camp so far. We're happy, right?
I wanted to.
Uh-oh.
Frankie, is Frankie
Frankie,
frozen?
go get him, baby.
No, I'm here. What's up?
Okay, first two things. Why is my boy Kyle Clifton going after my boy T'Vondre Sweat? We don't do that here. We don't do that here.
Can T'Vondre Sweat get on the field?
He's
You already got his
300
jersey. That's going to age worse than your Xavier Gibson purchase.
no, it's not.
I don't know if that's possible. Yeah.
But like when the Spurs took Wemby, you know he's 7'6" and built like he's gonna get hurt. Like now he's just managing how much he can play. T'Vondre Sweat's 360 pounds. He's not gonna play 17 games a season. Okay, like we need to understand.
Is he going to practice 17 times this year?
Okay, is that the only problem? Is that like he's going to get hurt? Is that your only concern about?
Well,
him?
he's already hurt now, though.
But is he, or is it just is it management?
Gary, you know what it is with T'Vondre Sweat? There's going to be some expectations placed on him because we did trade Jermaine Johnson for him in a basically one-to-one player trade. Now, we weren't going to pay Jermaine, so I understand that. It was just basically an offload. But, yeah, you got to expect something from the guy. I mean, I'm not, you can't just say, you're the fourth defensive tackle.
No
figure
one
out,
has higher,
traded. Yeah.
No one has higher expectations. He's on my Mount Rushmore of Longhorns. I love Sweat, right? Like I have high expectations for him. I love Sweat. I have super high expectations for him, right? But if you're gonna draft a pass rusher, then that trade makes sense because now you have someone
with Sweat. Just let's hope he's healthy for week one because once he's healthy, you put him in there, it clogs the run. We'll know week one. He doesn't have to practice that much.
He might not play that much week one though, Rooster.
Oh, he'll play if he's healthy. On running down.
We're a month away.
If they're going to ease him into
we're a month away from the game. We're a month away. Everybody
hamstrings take a few.
I agree with you there, Gary. I'm with you on that one. I'm not worried yet about Sweat until a week before.
Yeah, that's fair.
Two things I wanted to add. One question. I'll start with my comment first. Again, on Arian Smith. You don't get rid of good football players. We did this with my boy Danny Woodhead, and we did it again with my boy Izzy from.
You're comparing Arian Smith to Danny Woodhead? What are we doing?
Yeah, because when we had Woodhead, he's good, but we don't really have any role for him. We don't have and then he goes to New England. He goes to San Diego.
No. Jet fans were pissed when they got rid of Woodhead. We were pissed.
And the same thing with my boy Izzy.
No one would bat a tear if they got rid of Arian Smith. We'd be like, all right, didn't work. Shouldn't have been drafted in the first place.
Try to catch the ball.
If you get rid of Izzy, he's going to go somewhere else, and you're going to forever regret it. That's my point.
You think Arian Smith is going to go somewhere else and make the Jets regret it?
Yes. If he goes somewhere else, he will catch on. He'll be a valid NFL player, and he'll.
Did you feel that way about Xavier Gibson, who's about to be cut from like his fourth team since he left the Jets?
I felt that way about Izzy. I still think Izzy's good. We should bring Izzy back.
Why do you call him Izzy?
Who are we talking about?
Izzy Abinaconda. Well, I can't say his last name. That's
why.
The
running back.
The running back out of Pitt. Yeah, we should bring him back.
What has Izzy Abinaconda done since he left the Jets? Is he even on a team?
He's on Dallas right now. All right, for now, we should bring him back.
You'll see him at you'll see him at HEB bagging your groceries in a week.
Can I say one quick thing? We're trying to gauge all these wide receivers with a system last year that they wouldn't have been able to get prime Randy Moss the ball properly. Let's just call a spade. But like, can we reserve a little judgment on all of these guys? I'm just saying, this isn't a pro.
The only thing with Arian Smith was
let's see an offense that can actually yield 3,500 passing yards in a season, and then we could start putting.
We know Arian
together.
Smith. He was track star, and they hoped he could turn him into catching the ball. Year one was a failure. He couldn't catch the ball. Doesn't matter who the quarterback was. Hopefully, year two, he can catch the ball better. And if he can't soon, then he won't be on the Jets and he won't be anywhere else. Because if he can't catch the ball, especially with the reputation, it'll be that's it. That's it. I mean, as fast as you could be. Johnny Lamb Jones.
Take the top off of defense. You can put the ball in his hands. He can do end arounds. He can do a lot of things if you put the ball in his hands.
If he has to play any meaningful drives for the Jets this year, this season's they're tanking. Like, you wouldn't be able to convince me otherwise.
What did Aaron Glenn say about Arian Smith?
I said
He's
this
like,
last year.
you're talking about the guy who said he can't catch?
Yeah, he said he's Jamar Chase.
I'm going to call back again. We're going to have this conversation in December or January, and he's going to have an impact in a lot of. We're going to have won a game because of something that he did. Whether it's an end
Gary, why don't they?
Maybe as a gunner on special teams, then awesome. He's fast. He can run.
Let's just end this foursome right now. David Bailey is going to have 12 sacks this year, Frankie.
There we go. I love
David
that.
Bailey. And
Music
again,
to my
until
ears.
Robbie Sabo, the blackjack king of America, I don't care what he does against the run. I don't care that he blew a play in practice versus the run. Go get the quarterback this year. Then we'll talk about him well-rounded. Go get the quarterback. Gentlemen, Gary, good seeing you. I love you.
Good seeing you, Rooster.
You're
I got one more question for Frankie. It's about my boy, my other Longhorn, Osai. Where does he fit in here? Like, I'm not seeing where he fits in. What's his like from the movie Office Space? What is it? That's my guy, so I'm not hating. I'm rooting for him. But where does he get on the field?
I think he starts over McDonald on obvious passing or running downs.
On rushing downs.
Yeah. I think McDonald's going to be way more situational. They went out of their way to add multiple defensive edge players who are good against the run. So McDonald, I think at this stage of his career, he's a pass rushing specialist.
If you look to Gary and Jake, if you look at what Dunbar and Glenn also to a degree like to do with guys in those front seven, they do like positional flexibility. Play a little edge, play a little 5-tech, play a little off ball. So they had those guys before they sort of drafted Bailey. So Osai plays like that. He could play a little bit off ball, play a little edge, play even a little inside. So I just think they want the flexibility with those kind of guys up front. And that seems to be a theme across the board now. If you look at even the secondary, Minkah Fitzpatrick, a flexible kind of safety inside, can play in the front seven, can play a little back. So I think Glenn wants these puzzle pieces. Now he's got to put the puzzle together to make sense. So I think Osai just fits that kind of role because he doesn't have a traditional position, right? I mean, Osai, is he an edge? Is he a linebacker? He's a little bit of both. There's a couple guys on our defense like that.
What are your thoughts on him? Like, give like a 2 second, a 2 sentence, 30-second elevator.
All right, I'll give you something.
As a player. What do you need as a player?
Osai, 1 third down, he's going to drop into the flats and play in the flat. The other third down, he's going to come on a blitz and do a stunt with Will McDonald, who would then pop out or something of such, or would then do a stunt with maybe you have a guy like Harrison Phillips who's in a 5-tech who's doing some sort of in and out stunt with Osai. Or you're putting Osai as an inside linebacker off ball with Jamian Sherwood, and you're sending one, you're not sending the other. Stuff like that. You can start being a little bit, or you have Minkah up front. Minkah comes off a blitz, and Osai's dropping in middle zone coverage. That's the kind of stuff you can do with this kind of front seven. Now, you could be more traditional about it, but you can also start playing around with some pieces there.
Hey, Gary.
What's
you
up?
Apparently set off this Asmaniac.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
It is not unreasonable for us to want returns from this guy, considering what we gave up, right?
We're going to get returns. Is it just injury concerns, or do you think he's like a lazy asshole? Like, what is it? Like, what is it?
It's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, right? Like, you got to figure the rest of us, Gary, we don't care what colors he wore in college, right? Like, if I go on and I talk about how we should draft Horvath or we should have drafted Eli Heidenreich, no one's going to care, right? Like, this guy's supposed to be in a contract year. He's supposed to have his crap together. We were told by Harrison Phillips, who was taking him under his wing, that was going to be the case. And then the next thing we're hearing in camp is that he's overweight and he's going to miss time. So it's a little frustrating is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's 360 pounds. I'm not trying. You drafted him at that size. Like my wife loved him because he was the big fat guy on the field, right? Like when the Jets got
we
him,
all
my
love
wife was
that. Yeah.
all excited. He was the big fat guy. But is he going to get hurt? Yeah, he's not going to play 17 games. He's 360 pounds. So like Wemby's not going to play 82 games. You know this. So it's managing his workload to a degree. He's going to be productive in the downs that he plays. Do I want him on the field for 13, 14 games? Yeah. Is he going to play 17? Probably not. I can live with 13 or 14 though. I can't live with 8. Yeah, right. But he's not going to be. It's a month till the season starts. Let's see what he's like closer to. I'm not worried about him now because like you do have to manage. He's 360 pounds. Like,
but you do realize, right? Like this is his career that he's going for. This is the contract year for him. So
he did get a DWI 2 days before the draft, which tanked his stock.
I remember.
He might not be the sharpest tool in the shed. He might not be. That might. But I don't need him to be a brain surgeon. I need him to stuff the run. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you do that?
I would like for him to show some value that maybe we could have him like resigning him as an option, and I don't know how you do that. Like if the rumor is that he's not 360, he's well north of that. Like, I don't know. And it's just like, he hasn't built up that credit with us. That social credit that we're going to give him a pass just yet. That's all I'm saying.
The Jets, I don't want to say the Jets took a shot on him. The Jets traded a lot to get him. They traded a valuable member of their defense to get him.
Right.
I don't think it's going to be an issue where they don't think he's motivated to play, or he doesn't want to play, or he's too fat and lazy to play. Like, maybe he's overweight right now. I haven't really seen him. Perhaps he's overweight. He'll get into. We're a month away. We still have a month of camp left before the fight, right? Like.
Well done by both Kyle and Gary there. Here's the thing. No one said that T'Vondre Sweat is overweight. Like, that's not a report. That's been speculated by reporters who have seen him on the sideline rehabbing. Like Antoine Staley said on my radio show the other day, that Sweat looks like he's closer to 400 pounds. Rich Samini's added like 10 pounds every time we've talked about Sweat's weight on our Jets collective. So he's obviously not at his listed 350 or 360, whatever his listed weight is.
Bill Parcells' quote is forever goated when he said he's a cupcake away from 400 pounds.
I think Samini dropped that line.
Oh, he did. Yeah, I think that's a fair one to say there.
Well, Frankie, even though you were dealing with some issues, I appreciate you gutting out 2 hours on the show.
You know what? It's always a pleasure, and I think I figured out what happened. All right.
Good.
I think my audio interface, because I had this window open, because there's a window behind here. When it was raining the other day with that tornado, there was water I saw on my desk. So maybe there's water in the interface. I have to buy a new one. And these audio interfaces are expensive, by the way. They're like $300-$400. The heck? Just to
Tax
plug in a
write-off,
cord?
baby. Make the New York Post pay for it.
You know what? I'm gonna listen. I'm
That's
gonna
right.
take that. If Ryan gets mad at me for asking, I'm gonna say you told me.
Yeah, blame me. Frankie, you're the man. Appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Frankie V, U Stadium, Gangs Out Here Pod. A couple of you still on hold. I promise we'll get to you. Reminder about our top prize in the raffle this week. It's a Nick Mangold signed helmet, so make sure you enter for that. Make sure you vote in the Azzy Awards. Looks like it's going to be Rooster's Award. We got something special, an extended cut of the Rooster intro we'll play at the end. And again, on our show this afternoon, Wayne Corbett signed jersey is the top as Maniac raffle prize. Shout out to my friends at Circa. We're headed to Vegas at the end of the month. We're going to be signing up for the Circa Survivor. You should too. Plan your trip to Vegas. Get there for contest weekend, August 27th through August 29th. We'll be doing our show from their media row. Some great guests will join us. We'll talk all things NFL and preview the Jets season in style as we do every year. Circasports.com for all the information on each of the 3 contests you see on the screen. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. It is by far and away the preeminent sports betting and pro football betting contest on the planet. Can't wait to be at Circa. Here we go. Home stretch. Izzy's next. What's up, Izzy?
Oh, snap. Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you, Izzy.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Good job. Well,
Can you hear me?
I wanted to call in, man. I don't know if
Can you hear me?
if y'all can still hear me. I'll go ahead.
Let me get a tech guy on the line.
David Bailey.
When a caller sounds like shit and the show's about to split, you need some tech support. Call Beast. Bring on the flabby tits. Beast Speaker.
Control Alt Delete, please.
Oh, see, I can hear that.
Are you clear? Are
Yeah,
you
fixed it,
clear?
Beast. I'm
Good.
clear.
All right.
I appreciate
Clear.
it, man.
Good. All right. Good to go. Let's go.
Caller sounds like shit, and the show's about to split. You need some tech support? Call Beast. Bring on the flabby tits. Beast Breaker.
All right, Izzy, now that you can hear me, continue.
All right, I still can't hear you.
No, is it me?
Can you hear me?
I don't know if it's me or not.
Can you hear me?
Izzy, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Izzy, I can hear you.
Hear Max either.
Can you hear me?
Has the magic touch today, apparently.
Beast, can you ask him if he hears me?
What are you asking?
Damn, now I can't.
Beast,
Nothing.
can you ask him if he hears me?
You want me to just try to like call back in?
Yes.
This is strange.
Or should I just give my point? All right, I'll call back in. All right.
Beast,
Are
need
you
to be
good?
paying attention to the show. No, he's not good. Stop fighting with trolls in the chat, all right? The Nightbot.
No, I was doing
You
something.
can't let the Nightbot get to you.
No, I wasn't doing that. I don't care about
your
that.
puny powers are no match.
I don't want to give a flying fuck about him and his life.
Hey, calm down.
He wants something to do, he can go hump a tree. Tired. I'm very tired today.
Nightbot says Beastbreaker couldn't match my hardcore metallic powers with a lifetime of training and cheat code.
Yeah, he's got nothing to prove besides. Yeah, he's got a new member coming in his little thing. You know what he can do? He can take Mad Max for all I care.
Can you hear me? Ooh. Oh man, how was the Doors cheerleading championship? I was actually looking up cheerleading.
I don't want to hear you. I don't want to fucking hear you today.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
sick of your little
calm down.
Your harassments are out of control for 6 months. It's become nothing but harassment. Year, day after day after day after day. I'm sick of you. Get out of my
I thought you were high on life, Beast.
Beast out.
What happened to you?
This guy's he has been harassment since day one. He has to go. Get out of here.
What did he do?
Come on.
All he knows how to do is harass people. He's been harassing me and harassing me and harassing me and harassing. Enough is enough with you. Get out.
There is no one more feminine than him. Like, you control your emotions a little bit, bro. Really, stop.
Put a fucking leash on him. Then.
Hey.
I mean,
stop.
he just needs to get back to reality,
I've
Gary.
had enough
Yeah, his daughter didn't. I was looking at cheerleading championships in Arizona, Gary. There was no.
Let's go.
Izzy with us now. Can you hear me, Izzy?
Hey, yes, loud and clear.
Good job.
What
I
do you got
don't
for
know.
us,
I don't know
Izzy?
what the issue was before, but every time you can you hear me? No way. Oh, okay.
You
okay,
can't
cool.
hear
I
me?
can hear you now. I can hear you. Yeah.
Great. Get to your point because there's a slight delay.
You can't hear what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So I was just I wanted to call in and make a point about David Bailey. And no one's bringing this up, and I understand there are a lot of different stats and accolades that go into like tackle for loss, but he did lead the NCAA in tackle for loss, which I know, get kind of skewed because of like him getting all the sacks and everything, but that does essentially show that he's good at blowing up the play behind the line of scrimmage, which should translate to run defense in the NFL.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, look, I think he's also going to get really good coaching in that area too, which should help him. So I've been encouraged by the reports coming out of camp that he's looked pretty good against the run.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to do great, and I 100% am going to take that bet of getting him over 5.5 sacks because I think he's going to at least get 8 this year, 8 or 9. I don't know about double digits, but 8 or 9 at least.
You in a Home Depot, is he?
No, I'm at the warehouse at work. It kind of looks like a Home Depot with the orange shelves.
Well, I appreciate you trying to get this call in somehow. So well done. You'll hear it back. There's a slight delay, but next time you call in, we'll figure this out.
All right, I'll be on my computer next time, so it should be no problems.
Hey, anybody hungry? We got some really great food here today. We got broccoli pasta fazool, homemade chili, and this is what the Jets do today. The Jets today definitely win.
I am Nightbot. I am the global enforcer.
I don't want to talk to you.
666, you
I don't want
have
to talk to
4
you.
championship belts, not 35 according to my database. Ha 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 ha, Tubby. No one is afraid of your love stick, Uncle Vincenzo.
I don't want to hear your fake face.
Is hard
You're
at work
fake.
recruiting my army. Our
You
latest
got
recruit
nothing,
is
pal,
Mad
but a
Max.
big
You're
steaming horse.
lost, Tubby. Stop simping for
Shut up.
Amanda. She is
Shut
not your queen. Ha
Yeah,
ha
right.
ha ha ha. Bow
Yeah, right.
down.
You're a fat faggot. You ain't zero to me. If I get you in the ring, you're gonna cry to
Oh,
On
mama.
behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
More of your calls before we wrap this baby up. Ladies and gentlemen, today's closer is on the line, and we know that he's Beast's favorite.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about Jets, that boy, he's jamming, he's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
What's up, Asmaniacs? How you guys doing? So I have a couple points. So preseason,
I have a point for you. You cannot demand to talk to Beast. Relax.
This Friday, we have a preseason game against Tampa, and the theme is rematch. You know, Tampa beat us in week 3, 29-27. This preseason game on Friday is the rematch. We need to fight Tampa Bay to the very end. They beat us in week 3. We're going to kick them to the Schnazul. And then
So you think that if the Jets were to beat the Bucs, it would avenge last year's loss that I was at down in Tampa?
Yes, I think it would be. This is the revenge game, Jake. You know,
there's no such thing as a revenge game in the preseason. It doesn't count.
I think for me, this is revenge. Jake.
You know what record the 2008 Lions had in the preseason?
4-0.
And you know what their record was in the regular season?
0-16.
So what does it matter?
I mean, but still, it's good. It's just a theme of the game. It's just revenge, Jake. You know, we gotta get kicked to Tampa Bay. We gotta get kicked into the Schnazul. And then my second point is Gary on the line, because really Gary is delusional. He thinks that Arian Smith is going to be good. Gary, why do you think Arian Smith is going to be good, bro? He was
NFL player
last year.
You can't say
Seriously.
he sucked when he never got on the field. Like, you can't say that. Like, this is like the Danny Wood. You can't say Danny Woodhead thing. I don't know if you're old enough for Danny Woodhead.
Yeah, but like you're talking about Abercrombie. He sucked. He was terrible. He never was on the Jets. He was on the practice squad. And you think Abercrombie, what is he doing in the league right now? And Arian Smith, I mean, I get our quarterback.
Izzy can play. That was a mistake. I said that then. I say that now. Izzy, that was one of the better picks Joe Douglas made. That guy's good.
Yeah, bro, on the practice squad, Gary. He's never been on the field. And the same thing with Arian Smith. Like, okay, he was good in college. And I get, like, you know, I'm not saying, like, do I want Arian Smith to succeed? Yeah. I mean, yeah, because last year we had Justin Fields. That guy couldn't even complete a pass. And I was watching the Jets last year, and Justin Fields was the worst quarterback I've ever seen. I thought Zach Wilson was the worst quarterback I've seen, bro.
Justin Fields was Zach Wilson bad. I don't know, like, if he was better or worse, but it was at that tier for sure.
So,
that was egregious.
But if you're getting outplayed by Isaiah Williams in practice, and Isaiah Williams is more like a punt returner, kick returner, and he's more like a punt returner. If you're getting outplayed by Isaiah Williams, you know, he could be the next Wayne Corbett. I mean, then I don't think Arian Smith should be. I think, you know, he should be wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. He's not. He might be like maybe as a gunner, but I don't think he's gonna be a starting wide receiver. Because look, we've got
Arian Smith is your gadget guy. I don't like to say wide receiver 3 or 4. He's your gadget guy. You're gonna put him in certain situations to put the ball in his hands.
More like Isaiah Williams would be the gadget. I think Isaiah Williams would be the gadget guy. Seriously, because he's a better punt returner. Did you see like the ton of punt return touchdowns we've seen? I was actually at that Cleveland game, Gary. I was with my friend. Oh, that was insane. You going to any Jets games this year, Gary? You going to any Jets games?
We'll see. I'm trying to go to the Bears game because my wife is a Bears fan. We're trying to like take care of childcare. I'm trying to go to that game, but we'll see. Like, we'll see.
What's going on with childcare?
We'll take it week by week. What was that?
What's going on with the child?
I gotta get someone to watch the kiddos so I can go with my wife.
Yeah, you know, Chicago is very fun. Chicago is very fun. You know,
I love Chicago.
I was there for a wedding, and then Gary, do you really believe B says there was a cheerleading championship for his daughter last week? Because I was looking at Arizona, like, you know, the cheerleading championships, because I was like, I want to see if this is valid. I'm like, I haven't seen anything. I didn't see anything. There was like a cheerleading championship. I'm like, maybe
let me address that. So my daughter's a cheerleader. And like they'll have 17 national championships going on throughout the country at once. Like when you win the national championship, I'm not sure what you won. It's kind of like a world title in boxing. Like there's a bunch of those. I don't really know what that means, right?
I
don't know.
I was looking it up on Google. I was like, there wasn't any cheerleading championships like this
Did
week
he
in
say
Arizona.
his daughter is like 20 something and an adult and an adult entertainer? Isn't that what he said? How is she doing cheerleading competitions? I'm not trying to. That's what he said.
I'm just trying to be realistic because like the 35 world belts, Gary, I just don't buy into it. I'm like, bro, because I just don't buy the 8-time superstar of the decade. I don't buy like the football coach.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't buy into that, Gary. Like I'm just being.
That's about as real as the moon landing and Panda.
Like Robo Beast.
How dare you two? Beast has 35 world titles. How dare you, Mad Max? These are titles that you wish you had yourself, but you don't have them. You want to see what greatness looks like? This is greatness right here. Tell him, Beast.
I got news for him. Max is out of the alliance. He's done. He's finished. He's finished. My fucking heart rate. Don't think I'm not stupid, son.
Great quote from Beast. Beast just said, quote, "Don't think I'm not stupid."
Damn right. And this, my folks, get your brand new Ultimate T-shirt.
Don't think I'm not stupid. Gary, send me your
that-
T-shirt size. I'm going to send you a shirt.
That is okay. It's a large. That's quite a pretzel. Don't think I'm not stupid. Is that what it says?
Correct.
That's one of those things you have to kind of write down and kind of like try to process what he's actually saying. I think he wants you to think that he's not stupid. Is that correct? Is that what he's trying to say there? He's not stupid?
He's not stupid. What more evidence do you need?
I think the viewers, after all the times you put him on screen, can kind of form their own opinion on whether or not they think he's stupid.
Also, let me say this to Mad Max. If you don't think Beast titles are real, then how did he do this to you? And here's the thing, Beast. You don't have to worry about the Nightbot or Mad Max. Nightbot said he recruited Mad Max, so they're both the
Good. Keep him away from me. Keep him away from me. My blood pressure's already up enough today. I gotta start thinking about calming down, or else I'm gonna wind up in a hospital with high blood pressure, and then I'll be a vegetable.
You said that you were high on life earlier this hour, though.
Yeah, well, he just basically peeled me off to the brink.
You can't let a 20-year-old affect your mood this much. He's harmless.
You know, do you know what this new generation is? You know what this new generation is?
What are they?
Disgraceful. All this new generation knows how to do is put people like me down so they can think they're so high and mighty on their little pedestal. Well, their days are numbered.
You need a
I
doctor
better
that
worry
will bring on my heart.
I better worry about my health. I better worry about my health. I better worry about my eating. I better worry about taking my water and better start thinking about taking my steps.
I got to run, but I could squeeze in a doctor real quick.
Women need to vacuum and shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Gary, you're our resident doctor and health expert. What can Beast do to solve some of these issues he just discussed?
He could go on a carnivore diet and get a little sunlight. Get a little sunlight. Get a little exercise. You're a human being. You should get 30 minutes of exercise a day at a minimum. Do a lot more if you want, but you need to get your blood pumping, get your heart rate up. You know, you're a human. You're alive. Do that, and eat only fatty meat and water. You'll start losing weight, and you'll feel better. And all of your aches and pains and chronic illnesses will start to get better. Right? Will they fully go away? Some of them will just get better. But fatty meat, water, 30 minutes of exercise a day.
What do you think, Beast?
You'll never have to worry.
Well, let me talk with Lou B first because I know Lou very well. Lou's been helping me out, and I just had a guy. Well, my mom just had a guy come here and have to look at roofing, and it's going to cost me almost It's going to cost a fortune to have everything redone. We've had hailstorms, and the guys that did the roofing did a very pissy, very shitty job. Not too good, and the garage, the roofing on that has been destroyed.
I know,
A raccoon.
My dad had a
We're-
roofing business for 35
The
years.
raccoons, the dirty raccoons ate. They ate three sides of the garage.
One at a time. One at a time. I want to hear more about these raccoons.
Cállate! Estoy loco. These raccoons ate three sides on the top where all the metal plating was on the roofing. That's all effed up. Courtesy of the raccoons.
Hey, Beast, make sure you don't ask Lou B to pay for your roof, though. That's not his
Oh, he's
job.
not going to. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got insurance. You know, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Ding! Oh, we need your help here. Oh, yeah, don't worry. State Farm will take care of it for you. And remember, folks, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Ding!
You saw my hat? Yeah. And if you need anyone to drive you, I got you, Gino. I got you. Gino, you look great. I got you.
Shout out to Lou B. Well, Gary, we covered a lot of ground today. You're quite versatile in your rumbles and calls and interactions with the community. Well done.
I tried my best. And good job out of you, too, today, Jacob.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary 3D Boxing, our final caller. Gator says, I love how Beast snaps out of his anger. My favorite is when Beast nearly passed out from gas pains, and then within 5 minutes, he was then jumping on his bed. Yeah, you can't make it up. Big thank you again, everyone, for helping us get to 50,000 subscribers here. We've had some shorts that have done really well. We made a huge investment about a year ago into that, and we had one of them that had 70,000 last week. It's still growing. So we hit a certain algorithm, and that's been huge. So big thank you to everyone who's found us that way or found us through some of the short form video clips. We put out a Klubnik video this morning, or yesterday I posted it. And let's see how many views. That's almost at 5,000 views already. So that's helped. But however you watch, thank you, because I wouldn't be able to talk about a team that's missed the playoffs since 2010 every day for 4 hours a day typically without your support. So we're back this afternoon. We got Will Parkinson joining me in the 4 p.m. hour. Going to see if Will could do 4:15 or 4:30. So we'll be back then. We'll have Will's observations from camp. He's been at probably 3 or 4 of the practices so far, so he'll have a good take for us. So we'll check that out and be looking on the channel later. I'm going to see if I could get the full segment I did on NBC last night on Sports Final uploaded so you guys could watch, for those who didn't stay up till midnight to watch it live. Again, thanks to Frankie V for joining us, but we're not done just yet. We got to end voting in the ASI Awards, and let's be real. I knew this was going to win in a landslide. Congratulations to the Rooster on winning the award for Best Intro. 51% of the vote goes to the Rooster. Second place, Chef Kev, 24%. Black Gypsy, third place, 16%. Luppy at 9% is the final nominee in the top 4. All these intros, outstanding. Thank you to Gator for making each of these. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the Rooster winning the coveted award, what I have for you here is the extended cut of the intro. Sit back and enjoy in honor of the Rooster taking home the ASI Award. Talk to you guys this afternoon. Go Jets.
He's on the G-Gasm Show. He might look like a bird. Some say he walks like a duck. But he can rip out your throat and make your heart stop. If you're a leader of Jets, you might change your name. They say you'll change your name. They call him the Rooster. They call him the Rooster. He's not afraid to call into the G-Gasm Show. G-Gasm Show. Call him the Rooster. They call him the Rooster.
Song be something like this.
Down, here come the rooster. Yeah. Down. Here come the rooster.
Hey, Asmaniacs, make sure to hit the like button and keep on supporting The Jake Asman Show.
That's right, Beast. If you don't subscribe to Jake Asman Show, the Jets will never win another game. Go Jets!